Oh, y'all can't hear me. My bad, guys. Can y'all hear me? Test 1 2, test 1 2. Now you should be able to hear me now. I just got to put my little monocle up. Okay. Oh, y'all can't hear me. My bad, guys. Can y'all hear me? Test 1 2, test 1 2. Now you should be able to. Okay, cool. My apologies. Yeah, so I think this week the market it'll be a very kind of indecisive week. I don't know what we're going to get this week, but I think that considering last week and how crazy it was with the crash we had, like the correction or whatever you wanted to call it from the Russian Ukrainian news, and then this week, uh, we rebounded on Thursday and Friday, and now we pulled back a little bit in pre-market this morning, and so I'm curious to see what we're gonna do today. Let me know what you think is gonna happen. I see ZOM show up in the charts. ZOM, which is Medica here, and we'll see if ZOM gives us anything. We have like KTOS, but really, you got like IMTD or IMPP at 220s. You got MULN up there at ones. You got CEI at 73s. You got like DWAC. Maddie, that's way too loud. You got to go somewhere else. You got DWAC that we're paying attention to, PHUN, and then we have the SPY itself. I'd rather not say where I'm broadcasting from, Beach. But I'm not home, you know. Hey, what's up, Davey? Yeah, good morning. Let me know what you're watching the most right now, like what the top stock is this morning. I know we started it a little bit late, and that's okay. What's up, Davey? I'm sure the haircut ain't that bad. All right, at least y'all can hear me. That's good. What's up, Adam? Yeah, I could probably show my face. Like, it's not that I mind showing my face here. Let me see. As long as it's using like the right camera, I could probably show my face. Let me see. Can y'all see me? See, it's so hard to tell. Okay. That's not bad. All right. All right, guys. I mean, we got. There we go. Does that work? Yeah. All right. We're in here enough. This will be good enough. Let me know. Let me make sure it's the right one. Okay, good. All right, guys. Good morning. Hope you guys are well today. Let me see. It should be good enough. What's up, guys? Yeah, it is currently 6:04 a.m. where I'm at. Yeah. But what are y'all watching this morning? I mean, what can we watch today? Yeah, Jerome Powell speaks. ISPO reversal. We can check that out. Here's DWAC at the top right. Here's ISPO. And we're going to have Joel manage half of this stream. So Joel's going to step in and manage half the stream or so. And we'll see how he does. Y'all see anything else that I'm missing? What has earnings this morning? I know we're probably not going to have earnings this morning. We're probably going to have to wait until the evening, right? What drops earnings this morning? NIO, CEI over 1. Yeah, we'll see what happens with CEI. IMPP and Palantir, PLTR. I always say it wrong. Is it Palantir or is it Palantir? I think it's Palantir, right? Sorry, there's no real light where I'm at. There is a dope view that we could take a look at, I guess, but I have to go outside. I don't want to go outside. It's cold outside. What about ABUS? SPY is slightly down. Should I buy this dip in the SPY? I don't think so. I don't think this dip is, I don't think, last week I had that great dip buy in a lot of different stocks, including the SPY. But this week, we've already rebounded so much already, and we're already up, and so I just don't know if that is the right move. Disney's dope, man. Disney's fun, bro. Yeah, we're at the Polynesian right now. Yeah. What we scalping, guys? Your voice sounds dangerous. My voice, really? Do I sound like Batman? I got one of those voices. My daughter's nodding yes at me. I got one of those voices where when I first wake up in the morning, I might sound like Batman, but as time goes on, I then instead of sounding like Batman, I sound like Michael Jackson. And so it just kind of goes from like really like appealing voice to like, hey guys, that's like my voice. I've even had girls tell me that I have a very distinct voice, and I don't think they meant it in a good way. They might have meant it in a good way. I don't know. But Maddie, if you had to rate my voice 1 to 10, what would you give it? Be honest.
Now?
Yeah, right now.
You sound like more of a 7-ish, 8-ish.
7, 8-ish. Thank you, Jack. I appreciate that.
Your voice is kind of like Batman, but if he had just woken up in the morning.
Batman, nah. Batman just woken up in the morning. It's gonna be like, hello.
Okay, then Batman whenever he stubs his toe.
Yeah, that's a good one. My daughter rated my voice as Batman after he stubbed his toe. Okay. I'll take that, What did we eat yesterday? We ate what did we eat yesterday? We ate that good food.
Pancake for breakfast. It was a waffle. Oh yeah.
Yeah, waffles. Yeah, that's what that was.
Oh, the good food with the falafel.
Yeah, the falafel and hummus. That was really good. Yeah. I know, that's what I said, Delv. I said I have one of those voices where I wake up and it sounds great, and then as the day goes on, it gets higher and higher and higher until it's not appealing anymore. I think everybody hates their own voice, though, is what I really think it is. I think everybody hates their own voice. Yeah, I get a squeaky voice, or like it's not even squeaky; it's more like raspy. I sound like an 80-year-old woman who smokes cigarettes. After like, yeah, that's what it is. I want waffle fries. Yeah.
Waffle fries. I want waffle fries. Oh yeah, right. Wait, okay.
Honestly, I don't have much of a list. We got Alf moving today. Alf is cool. Yeah, I think Alf is one we got to pay attention to. I should have put Alf in the title, actually. I don't know. We're gonna have some people complaining about my music. I'm sorry. I can't really do nothing about it. Here, Maddie, bring me my iPad. All right, so we got Alf gapping up some, and Alf looks like it reclaimed the VWAP. We're gonna see what happens there. What am I listening to over here, dude? Jeez. All right, guys. So we have MULN. I see a few other things like REGI. The other one is UUU. Watching UUU. We got NRSN trying to gap up some. We got AST or ATRO. What about SINS? SERS. SE and S, I mean. No volume really to accompany that one. We got Zomedica, ZOM, if you're looking at penny stocks. What about large caps? Give me your large cap list right now, guys. The world market all falling. Why? I didn't say 8-year-old smoker, just to clarify. I said 80-year-old smoker. Okay, that makes more sense. I didn't say 8-year-old. I said 80-year-old. 8-0. It was 8-0 is what I said. Fun fact, the Beatles officially ended at the Polynesian Hotel. John Lennon was on vacation there in 71 and signed the paperwork that dissolved the band. Fans call it the Polynesian Papers. That's interesting piece of history. I was going to say that's dope, but it's not really dope because the Beatles are cool. But it's unfortunate, but interesting history, I think. We got CSIQ. What do y'all think of Zomedica here? Are y'all buying Zomedica? Here's CSIQ. We got the SPY. We've got INDO as well. Look at INDO. DWAC. ALF. You know. Where's my LSU hat? I saw a lot of LSU fans here, though. That's good. What are you guys watching right now? List it in the chat. Let's hear it. Holding Zom bags for a while now. That's all good, Spec. What's up, Mike? All right. See if it'll let me edit this. I'm trying to edit my stuff because I can't really edit it in front of you. But like, all right, guys. There we go. All right, what about CEI here? Here's CEI. So we got DWAC, CEI, ALF. We got like PHUN, and then we've got the SPY that we're watching. There's DWAC. It's at like $90. So let's see if DWAC holds today. Do you think ALF continues? Let's do a poll real quick. Let's see if it'll let me do the poll. It should. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do the poll this way. No, wrong one. No, wrong one. No, wrong one. Here we go. DWAC hit $100 per share this week. Yes, no? Answer that. Anybody buying the dip? Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I don't know if we're buying the dip right now. How's the internet connection? More importantly, What's the internet connection here like? Anything I'm missing is the question, guys. Is there anything I'm missing, or is it just a really slow and indecisive market after the Russian invasion of Ukraine? I feel like that's just weighing heavily on everything. Um, we got plug power PLUG running up some. You know, we got FHN, we got CEI. Yeah, we're watching INDO for sure as well. INDO and like IMPP both running up. Here's IMPP and INDO. INDO doesn't look that bad. It's at like 1350s right now, 1350s. DWAC here. Yeah, it's a little bit slow, I think. DWAC penny stock is PHUN. I'd rather trade that. Yeah. But I think PHUN is a little bit slower on average than DWAC. If you look at PHUN, it's only moved in the last day less than 15 cents, roughly right around 15 cents or so. So, I mean, the range isn't really that big, unfortunately. And I had my AirPods, but I think Carol lost them. I don't know where they went. What about AMC? What's AMC done this week? AMC's up to 1740s. 1740s. You got MULN trying to. RTX. RTX is pretty slow. Oxy. OXY is pretty slow too. VGFC. Yeah, QNRX. What's up, JoJo? All right, well, at least the internet's running smoothly. You know? It's still pretty early, I'm realizing, I guess. Let me know what you guys think about DWC, PHUN, INDO. DWC is at $90, but you can see it's still more volatile than like PHUN. DWC moved Friday from like 87 cents all the way up to 93 something. I think ALF is pretty interesting. I'll have to look up the catalyst for ALF though. So let's use Benzinga. Benzinga is usually what I use in this instance. So we'll pull Benzinga out here and show you guys what we do here. Ooh, I don't know if I want to show you guys this. I mean, I guess you can see it. It doesn't really matter. We should still be logged in, but if we're not, it's all good. Let's see. All right, so let's see what the news is. We got we got ZSAN. Oh my gosh, dude. Y'all aren't gonna let me look up news normally? Okay. Wait, why didn't ZSAN show up here? What did I do wrong? Should we look at ZSAN? Okay, ZSAN is up some, bro. ZSAN was the stock that scammed everybody, bro. They tried to pay me like $10,000 to promote them, like years ago, and they really did pay some other YouTubers too. So if you look at the YouTubers, I think a lot of them deleted the videos. I'm not going to say the names of the YouTubers that were most likely paid, by Zsan. But if you guys remember what YouTubers made videos promoting Zsan, I'm not blaming it on them. I'm just saying, some are taking checks. Um, yeah. All right. Well. Yeah, okay, so let me get this straight. You don't allow pop-ups, but this pops up. Is that right? Uh, we'll just do it here. All right, so let's look up Alf's news. We're using Benzinga. And this is Benzinga. This is why Benzinga's dope, is because you can kind of look at everything. I don't see any new Alf news. It looks like this is a broader tech sector moving up as yields fall from the Ukrainian invasion. Treasury yields dipped Thursday in a rotation into a safe haven asset such as bonds. Yeah, Thursday we had some craziness, but no catalyst really for Alf here. What about Z ZKIN? That's the sketchy one. Yeah, they don't have any news either. So let me know if you got any big news stories you want me to go over. You can see the SPY starting to rebound here. Whatever happened to DraftKings? Here's DKNG. Yeah, DraftKings dip would have worked beautifully, or did work beautifully. I made some money on it. What else we got, guys? I see like Reggie, REGI. I don't know what this is. This looks like either an acquisition or some type of catalyst for a larger stock, but it's pretty slow since the gap up, so it probably is like an acquisition of some sort. At least that's what it looks like. All right. Let's see. Yeah, MULN's interesting. We can look up the catalyst for MULN. How's the mic sound? Here's MULN. EV manufacturer Mullen Automotive announces progress on the solid-state polymer battery pack development. All right, so they updated progress on the battery pack that they're working on. Sounds like it's an SS power pack of some sort, battery pack, and they're working on that to improve that. I'm gonna make my watch list, and I'm gonna put my watch list up here. Yeah, I didn't have any coffee right now. I can't even drink coffee. My stomach's been upset, the whole time. All right, so in my morning watch list, SPY, of course. We're watching DWAC, PHUN, ALF, MULM, INDO, and IMPP, and that's basically it. We're gonna make this a scroller at the bottom of the screen too, just so we have something scrolling here. There we go. Yeah, but aside from that, it's pretty slow. I mean, we got like IMPP and INDO moving, and we're gonna be paying attention to those for sure. But that's what we got so far. Good. NRSN scalp. Yeah, NRSN moved, but it's pretty slow now. I mean, until it might. We'll see if we can. We'll see if we can hold $2 here, which is a big if. It might not. I don't know. CDZI. No volume, brother. We do have Palantir. Palantir ripping up breaking highs. It's up there to like 11.90s, $12. Ooh, it's cold here. I'm gonna go find myself a sweater. I'll be right back. But yeah, Palantir. It's ripping up. I think the SPY overall is moving up. I think that'll probably drag everything else up that we know. NRSN. Yeah. And we've got ALF. But DWAC, PHUN is what a lot of people are paying attention to. We'll see if we get some volume and activity for those. Right now, the market's kind of reacting to the Russian-Ukraine news. CDZI is a long hold. Maybe so. It's just slow for me. I'm a day trader. I mean, I do a little bit of everything. Like we bought the dip in the SPY last week, and yeah, you love to see it. But right now, we're just kind of waiting. See, it's weird. I'm in Eastern time right now, so I keep looking at my clock, being like, "Oh, damn, it's late," but it's really not because it would be 6:30 in the morning, and so I'm like, "Oh, well, it's not late." ENPH showing up on the scans. ENPH. Yeah, I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go grab myself a sweater. And ENPH has been flying. I know we have like SoFi numbers coming out today too. I'll have to work on covering some of these or getting somebody to cover some of these. I don't know when the earnings list is. I know okay, so yeah, so today, this evening, and I probably won't cover any of these earnings calls today. Oh, we do have Lucid. Lucid is going to be the big one. I didn't even realize Lucid was today. Yeah, Lucid. I don't know if we're going to be able to cover it, unfortunately. Smile Direct Club 3D Systems, which is Sphere 3D. HP earnings are today. Blake Charging Stations, BLNK. Zoom, ZM. And then tomorrow is the big one. Tomorrow we got SoFi, Plug, AMC, Wish. Those are the big ones. Nordstrom. And then this morning we actually have Lordstown, Party City, PRTY. We've got Butterfly. We've got Cosmos. So we've got some stuff dropping, but sweater in Florida, dude, y'all don't understand. My wife, when she's sleeping, she lives like a freaking
Yeti.
Yeti. Yeah, that's a good one. Thank you. Yeah, she lives like a Yeti. When she's sleeping, the whole room is freezing cold, and this room is no exception. I'll be right back. I'm cold.
So cold.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's go. Where the warm things are. What you do.
Whew, that's better. Whew. I was gonna say the people that live in igloos, but like Yeti works fine. All right, SoFi up. Sorry, I got this weird camera. I'm trying to look at my phone to see how this one's going. Seems to be okay. There we go. That'll be good enough for now. It's just cold over here, bro. But yeah. And I kind of get it. Like when I'm sleeping, I like it. I like to be really I like it cold and I like to be under the covers while it's cold. You know, probably it's honestly probably instinctual if you really think about it. You know, it's for the same reason that you get tired in the rain. Why do you get tired in the rain? Is because whenever we were hunter gatherers, the rain meant that less predators were going to be out there, you know. During the rain, the predators that we were afraid of were hiding just like we were. And so with that, you had to be less worried about them and in turn catch up on some sleep. Biologically programmed to be that way. Same thing with this, I'm sure, which is you like to be cold when you sleep. Oh, I don't know. I didn't say it, so I haven't said it this whole time. There's no music? Wait, can y'all not hear music? You should be able to hear music. If you can't hear music, let me know. I'll get that fixed right away. I thought there was music. You should be able to hear it. Orlando, Mark. We're in Orlando. Oh, you can't hear it? Damn. No? Okay, we'll fix it. You can see my beautiful face here. I'm tired, so my apologies. But you should be able to hear the music, to be honest. There we go. You should be able to hear the music. There we go. Y'all can't hear that? I should be able to hear that. I do need some coffee or something, though, to be honest. 100% need it. What else do you do for work? I mean, I'm a software developer. I build mobile applications with like JavaScript and React and React Native. So a front-end programmer. I also have my real estate license, but I'm pretty sure it's inactive right now because I only do that occasionally whenever I know somebody that wants to buy or sell a house and when the market is good. So I might be inactive right now. I have to go check. But I'm off and on real estate agent, software developer. I trade. This YouTube channel 100% makes money, though. RSX? Yeah, I got you. All right, good. Here's RSX right here. Yeah, RSX got hit. What happened? I can look up the catalyst for it. And this is Benzinga, guys. You can find the Benzinga link in the description. Super useful. You can see I can figure out what's going on with any stock I want. U.S. State Department suspends operations at the U.S. Embassy in Belarus. G7 leaders are going to hold a call on Ukraine with NATO Secretary General and leaders of Romania, Poland, and Europe chiefs at 11:15 a.m. Eastern. So that's going to definitely affect the market. That's going to be at 11:15 Eastern. The G7 leaders are going to be holding some type of call with Ukraine, or regarding Ukraine, I guess we should say. And so I guess this Russia ETF, which is RSX, is getting hammered, and understandably so during this news. Yeah. MULN, Kelly. I mean, we can look up MULN here. And it's up some. But as for like what's actually going on with this, we'll have to look this up a little bit more. Here's MULN now. Hey, guys. Guys, if y'all are going to play right next to my computer, go over there, please. All right, so Mullen Automotive, they had the catalyst again that they announced progress on their solid-state polymer battery pack development. You can see a little bit more information if you do have Benzinga. And again, you can try Benzinga out completely free for 2 weeks without even needing a credit card number. So if you check the description, hey, dude, you can't keep jumping around making noise. If you want to go over there and sit there with your sister and hang out with her, you can and watch stuff. But you can't be right next to my bed making noise. Jack. I don't know. But yeah, point is, MULN did some research. But yeah, you can try Benzinga out for free for 2 weeks without even needing a credit card number. You can find the link in the description. Dude, no. Jack, no. Okay, dude, no. Yeah. Honestly, I think anybody that has anything to do, like, it's just a dumb move. I don't think we should. I think we should do whatever we can to make peace in this time. And I mean, I don't think the U.S. should really interfere at all. But I think that we should do whatever we can to make peace. But I don't know, to be honest. It's a very nuanced situation that is difficult to really speculate on. Are you saying my son should leave me alone, or I should leave my son alone? No, stay. Don't come anywhere near here, bro. Okay. Nah. Jack has been acting up this whole time. Jack's a good kid, though. Smart. I think he's a good kid, but he's been acting up this whole trip. The challenges of trying, yeah, for sure. Jack is my spirit animal. Jack's a good kid. Jack actually made a hilarious video, man. A hilarious video. This video my son made is hilarious, man. If I could show you guys it somehow, I would. Here, Maddie, is there any copyrighted stuff in that video? I don't think there is. Is there any copyrighted stuff in that video? Well, that's kind of hit or miss. It might be okay. I'll post it to our Discord sometime in the next few days if you want to see Jack's funny video. It's good. He just wants to be by his dad. I know. But he only has boxers on and he's trying to run in front of the camera. So, we're going to avoid that at all costs. Do not come over here, bro. Yeah, we were at the pool yesterday and Jack didn't want to get out the pool. And so, and Jack's hanging out in the hot tub. And I'm calling over to Jack and I'm like, hey, Jack, come out the pool. And I'm it's like a big scene because like the hot tub's full of people and like I'm like across the pool and I'm like, hey Jack, come on, it's time to get out. And Jack looks me right in my eyes, stares at me, and then just looks down. So I gotta walk all the way. And listen, you're okay. You're not in any trouble. Okay, hey, no, here, don't come on stream, bro. Here, you don't need to. It's okay. Bro. All right. Well, no, and so I have to walk all the way around to the hot tub, like all the way around to the hot tub to pick him up. And I'm like, and once I get over to the hot tub, and it's full of people. It's full of like these older ladies were staring at me. They were like, what you gonna do? And I'm sitting there like, dang it, Jack, and so I go over to the pool and then I'm like 4 feet away from him. I'm like, all right, Jack, come on, let's go. Like, you made me walk all the way over here. Come on, let's go. And Jack just stares at me and looks down. And at that point in time, I'm like, okay. And so I gotta go and I literally like grab Jack by his arms and I just pick him up out of the pool and I sit him on the concrete. And then he's just mad and he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, bro, you're getting out the pool. Now you'll know. Oh, you look cool, man. You look cool, dude. But yeah. If you ever try to tell a kid to get out of a pool and he's super hyped to be at that pool, that'll never go well. Yeah, it definitely has first world problems. What you doing, bro? You hanging out? Yeah. Hang out, bro. You look cool, man. You look cool. Look, I'll even let you have those. I kind of want some other ones. Those are cool glasses. All right, enough. Nah, stop that. You're all right. Nah, man, I had to walk around this pool, and it sounds like, oh, who cares? Like, it's a pool. I had to walk, like, this was like a ways. Like, this was like, the pool is huge. And so I had to walk. It literally took me like 5 minutes to walk around this pool, It's all right, though. You're a good kid. You're a good kid. He's a good kid. Yeah, Jack the Prophet, bro. Listen, you were right, Jack, though. You were right about Roblox. Here's Roblox right here. You called its failure. Jack didn't like Roblox. He said it wasn't going to be as big in a few years. So far, he's right. You said that here, Jack, and look, Roblox is down. So good work, bro. Nice job, man. You love to see it. Jack making calls, doing his thing. All right, when you look at charts, You're just trying to figure out how strong something looks, you know? And the reason you want to analyze how strong something looks is because other people look at the charts and they've got to figure out how strong it is too. And so stock charts that look the strongest are generally going to have more people buying them. And when you buy a stock, it makes it go up. And when you sell a stock, it makes it go down. You know, so when a lot of orders come in buying the stock, it makes it go up high. When a lot of orders come in selling the stock, it makes it go down, you know, really low. And so your goal of trading is to try to analyze what everybody else sees and then react to that. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay.
Can we show them the video?
Can we show them the video? No, not here. I'll show it to them, but I can't really show it on this live stream for a few different reasons. I don't think there's anything copyrighted in there. There's some pictures of Pokemon. The rule is, and Maddie, my daughter, both of my kids are surprisingly good at editing. Like my daughter uses what? You use what? CapCut. And she edits some, like her school projects are funny, you know. But the rule of copyright, so you guys understand, is 5 seconds or less is nothing. Like you can't get in trouble for something that's 5 seconds or less. It's one of the reasons like you'll watch a funny video and they'll put like a quick picture and it'll be like bruh, but it's only like 5 seconds or less, and so they can use whatever picture they want there as long as it's 5 seconds or less.
Isn't that in my video?
No, your Pokemon video has got like a solid like 11 seconds when the Gyarados, when the Gyarados is trying to fire. You know, that is over 5 seconds, unfortunately, so I don't know if we can put that in here.
And the bra you just mentioned is also in my video.
Yeah, it was a funny story. I had to go up to Jack and like grab him. I guess I like grabbed him by his arms here, and I just kind of, because he was like refusing to get out, and I just kind of grabbed him and put him down on the ground. And like everybody's like, well, you know, it's the worst thing about being a dad is those awkward scenes when everybody's like, they see your kid not listening, and you got to just kind of. I only had two options. I could take him out the pool, or I could sit there and talk him out of it for like 5 minutes, and that's just not what you want to get your kid doing, you know. If I play that game with him, I'll be there all day. So I'm just taking him out, right? Yeah, you know, you're a good kid though. Anyways, Jack, the second best trader in the world. Yeah, I'm not mad about it. I'm not. That's what I said. Jack's a good kid. But every kid's going to do that. Especially, like, people underestimate how much walking around Disney World takes it out of you. Especially if, like, you've been walking all day. You've been at Disney World all day. You've been walking around, bro. By 6, 7 o'clock, you know, one of the people we here, he's a doctor. I won't say his name, but one of the people here, he's a doctor. And he said that people, at the end of the day, are, like, brain patients, because it's like your brain is like so burnt out by the end of the day, you know, that like you have all these things, like you have all these signals going off in your brain telling you you're tired, or telling you hanging out, bro, you want to listen to this music with me. That like by the end of the day, especially kids kids are just done at the end of the day. They just can't handle it, you know. They just need to go to sleep. You were too, Maddie. I was talking to you, I was like, Maddie, you okay? Maddie's like, I'm just tired, you know. Good. I wasn't 6 hotties. Plus, I'm here with Carol. Told you guys about MULM Friday. Hope you got in that dip. Nah. Well, that might have been a while back, Chris. YouTube has now changed the rules. So now it has to be 5 seconds or more to get a copyright strike, you know. I mean, I don't risk it anyway, like no matter what. Like I don't risk any of that stuff, but, you know. It's a cool view, though. Hey, Jack, open that up right there. I'm not going to show you guys this. I'm sorry.
What up?
Open those blinds. Yeah, hit those blinds. That's a cool view, man. That's a cool view. Yeah, they changed it since then, Chris. Last 6 months. Yeah. Where they do the spire. We already did beach. We already did, man. It was cool. The luau, where they spin the fire and stuff. You know, it was cool. Yeah. Here, Jack, back up, bro. You're on camera. Too much. A little bit too much. Back up. Yeah. There you go. Here, hold on, real quick. All right. Sorry, had to tell the kids something. Here's no. Don't just randomly press buttons, bro. Don't do that. What's your favorite? What's your favorite company, Jack? You got a favorite company, bro?
Microsoft.
Microsoft. Microsoft Minecraft. Okay, so let's look at Microsoft. Microsoft also does a lot of things. Microsoft is what's called a software company. You know what that is? So like Microsoft doesn't make computers. Other people make computers. Microsoft makes what's called an OS, or an operating system. And so the computer is what's called a hardware. So like this computer right here, it's a Lenovo Legion computer, right? It's called hardware. Software is like programs that are on your computer, or operating systems. Microsoft makes what's called operating systems and a lot of other stuff. But they make what you're looking at right now, like this system, which is coded. So it's a coded system here that allows me to do any of this stuff. Is what's called software. That's what Microsoft makes. And this is the Microsoft stock right here. Look, it's in the top right. This is Microsoft stock over the last year. This is what the chart has done over the last year. You can see it kind of goes up and down and up and down, and but it's mostly going up, which is good. You can see.
Did it just go down?
No, well, it did like last week, but it's since rebounded. So then you can change the time frame. So every candle, every one of these, you see that there, you see that there, that is 1 minute, or that's 1 day on this chart. This is when every candle is 1 minute.
I know you already told us.
So like, look, so here, this is 1 minute, this is 1 minute, this is 1 minute, this is 1 minute. So every little candlestick is 1 minute in time.
The green ones are
The green ones are when it closes higher than the last, and the red one is when it closes lower than the last. And then you can switch it up though. So I can make every candlestick 5 minutes. You see 5 minutes there? Now every one is 5 minutes. It'll get you kind of a longer term view. I can change it to where every candle is 30 minutes. Give me an even longer term view. I can change it to where every candle is an hour. Give me an even longer term view. And so you can see this is from the past few weeks. These were last week. It's February. And we're all the way to now. So last week we got some drops. Remember, did you hear about Russia invading Ukraine? Okay, so last week when Russia invaded Ukraine, we got some big drops. This big drop right here was from that happening. And that affects everything. That affects any major stock. That's going to affect it. Here, back up. Sit back, man. You don't need to be all up in the camera, okay?
I'm going to go get
All right, go hang out, bro. Go live life, Jack. Love you, buddy.
Love you too.
All right. But yeah. Anyways, we got MULM. Love you. You all right? All right. Catching back up on the stream. All right, but yeah, there's Microsoft 294s. We got MULN. We're also gonna have Joel hosting the stream. Yeah.
Daddy.
That's all right, baller. Thank you, man. Huh?
Where are all the snacks?
Huh?
Where are all the snacks?
I don't know, bro. Like, you check the fridge, but we're gonna get breakfast in a second. Here, why don't you go get Hey, Maddie. Why don't you go get your here? Hold on, guys. Here, I want to make sure this works. So tell me if I'm muted when I do this right now. Tell me if I'm muted. Okay, good. I wanted to test my muted thing. Okay, good.
Daddy, what?
Good. Hey, hey Maddie, go get your mom's phone and we'll order breakfast. Okay? Go get your mom's phone and we'll order breakfast. All right, so what's your favorite stock today, guys? We got DWIC. Do you think it's going to break 100 today? Let me know why or why not in the chat. Here, stay here, Jack. All right, just stay here. Ooh, I'm excited. All right. Yeah, I don't think that's what it is, Chris. I think most people are fine. I think if you're careful, like I've never gotten a strike because and anybody that tries to strike me, like I've had people try to strike me before, and YouTube like deletes their account because they know that I didn't do anything. Um, but I think sometimes what happens is like YouTube is automated, even like the algorithm, like they're automated. So I think sometimes the algorithm will accidentally delete smaller channels on accident, and then sometimes they'll reinstate them, sometimes they won't, depending on what they think happens. So INDO is popping. What here? Yeah, you want me to order it?
Yeah.
Okay, here, bring me it. Yeah, INDO still got a ways to go. Everything's pretty slow this morning. I see a TANH, but I'm assuming this is a split, which I'm pretty sure this is a split. There's also like IMPP. All right, hold on, guys.
Just get me what you got.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. I'm just getting a bunch of those. Look at our pictures. I'll have to show you all these pictures once we're home. No, it depends on how small, I guess, Chris. Wait, none of these are right. There it is. Hey, ask your mom if she wants one. Jack. Hey.
No, she's sleeping. She said that she can't talk because her voice is. She lost her voice.
Okay.
So she probably doesn't want anything.
Yeah, it's fine.
Get her a banana.
Yeah. Okay. 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 All right, guys. Sorry, I had to order some breakfast for the kids. All right. Well, okay. Hey, what's up, Joel? Hey, let me get Joel in here, brother. I got you, man. Here, yeah, I think Joel can hold it down. I gotta go work, or I gotta go get breakfast anyway. I'm gonna get Joel in here though. I gotta figure out how. Here, I'm gonna have to hide the screen for a second while I get Joel in here, guys. So bear with me, team. I'll have to put my beautiful face up here.
Jack, no.
Here, Jack, leave your mom alone, bro. Hey, Jack, close the freaking door. Sheesh. Carol has a sinus infection, and so she's trying to rest. Here, leave your mom alone, bro. It's something that doesn't feel that good. So leave your mom alone, okay? All right? A sinus infection is an infection of your sinuses, which is what connects your ears, your nose, your throat. All right, your sinuses are the fluids and stuff. Your sinuses are the tubes that connect all of those things, and they're all influenced by the fluids that go through your nose and go through your ears, and so your mom's throat hurts, and so she wants to rest. So just let her sleep, okay, bud?
Okay.
All right, let me get Joel in here. Hold on, guys. I'll just put my beautiful face up here for now. Somebody knocking on our door?
Probably not him.
Oh, here, don't let him in. I'm working right now. Tell him I'm working and everybody's sleeping right now. Here, hold on, guys. I'm gonna have to hide my face anyway. Hold on. I don't know. Here, sorry, guys. Here, I'm gonna get Joel in here. Oh, hey, Carol, or Maddie, it's this door. It's this door right here. Sorry, baby. We thought it was somebody who was knocking on the door. You alright? How you doing?
I just lost my voice.
I don't know, I'm sorry. Alright, there we go. Alright, Joel, I sent you the link.
You ordered food, right?
Yeah, I ordered food too. Take cough drops. Yeah. Ooh, man. Y'all hear Carol's voice completely gone. Wow. I don't know. Guys, chat. Carol's lost her voice from a sinus infection. What do you think she should do? What's the best plan of approach here? Her voice is completely gone. Like, if you guys can hear right now, like, she can't even say anything. So what do you guys recommend? The good thing about having access to hundreds of people really, really quickly is because we can figure out what the best path is here. What do you guys think? They say hot tea. No, don't take cough drops, they say.
Why not breathe moist air?
Afrin will clear sinuses. Well, we're using Afrin. You taking a decongestant yet?
Yeah, it's coming.
When?
Just go sit in the shower.
20 minutes ago.
Okay, well, that'll help.
Mucinex.
She just took a Mucinex and a decongestant.
Turn the shower. Sit in the shower.
Okay. Ooh, man. Yeah.
What?
They're saying zinc, hot tea, and Afrin. They said hot tea with honey is helpful.
Avoid what?
We're in Disney.
Ginger ale and honey.
I don't have hot tea or honey.
There's actually hot tea in there that you can make.
I have a cough drop there that has honey and lemon.
Okay, well, I'd use that. Here, there's also hot tea in there if you want to make one off the Keurig.
It says to breathe moist air. Or really
Where's the phone?
Yeah, sure, here. Here, I ordered food.
Thank you. Jack, get out of there. Jack, come in here.
Yeah, if y'all can hear that, man. Yeah, I guess I said Carol. That's why I was telling Jack to leave her alone when I knocked on there earlier, because rough. Oh, we got Joel. Hey, what's up, Joel? How you doing, brother?
Yo, what up, Leo?
Can you hear me? Oh, what's up, Joel? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. Here, hold on one second. I'm gonna have to just put our faces up. I gotta figure out how to give you, make you a mod here. There's gotta be some way. Let me see.
Yeah. I know I can share my screen. I have that option.
Yeah, well, I would just have to find a way to end the stream, which is what I would have to I guess I could probably use it for my phone, but I don't know. Hold on, guys. Here. Or if you want to share your screen, Joel, for now.
Yeah.
And then I can try to figure out how to do that. There's got to be some way.
Let's see.
I appreciate it. Joel's going to be helping me out today, helping me keep the stream going so we can keep everything rolling here.
All right.
There we go. I'm going to add it.
Able to see
Okay, you got everything hidden that you need hidden on there?
Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we good.
All right, cool. All right, there we go. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. All right, let me try to figure this out while you're doing this.
All right.
I might have to just look it up. Let's see. Edit. No. Here. Yeah, bear with me, guys. I'm looking this up. Okay, I think the only way for me to really do this, Joel, is for me to tell you my login to StreamYard.
Okay.
And that'll be what I have to do. I will here, let me change the old password real quick, but I think that'll work. Should work. Let me see.
All right.
Oh wait, here's members, so I think this is team members. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna invite you, Joel.
Okay. Is that through Discord?
It's gonna email you, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, if you could send me your email on Discord. I think I have it, but just in case. Oh, I got you. Never mind. I got it. Okay. That should work.
Y'all get to experience this with us.
Yeah, hey, y'all are here, Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna make you an admin. All right, so I just sent you the invite. Let me know if you got it. Yeah, what's up, Ed? Good morning.
Yeah,
Did I
just
miss the
got it,
CEI
so.
thoughts? Okay, cool. Dope.
Hey, Maddie.
AMC earnings tomorrow. Maddie's out on the balcony. Maddie.
Make me a tea.
Oh.
Make me a hot tea.
Yeah, there's a breakfast tea. Look, Maddie, look. Pull that drawer out right there. It's got a red cap on it. It's a breakfast tea. Yep, that's it. Okay, so this is what you do, Maddie. You fill it up. Okay, sorry, Joel. What's up?
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. Thoughts on IMPP? This baby is moving. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so it still says pending. Did you?
Yeah, I just got it sent me like an access code, and then I got that.
Okay. Let me know if you run into any snags with it or anything. Here, I'll put my screen up while we're waiting and just.
Okay. Yeah, I can stop sharing my screen real fast.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay, cool.
And so I had a few people ask me about IMPP. I'm trying to figure out what the catalyst was for IMPP. I remember it last week, but last week was kind of a crazy week.
What I can tell you from IMPP is I'm looking at this and this thing kind of like ripped up from $2 at like the 4 a.m. time frame, and then it's just kind of like steadily kind of sold off from there. It is from what I see in TOS. I couldn't find a float on it when I researched it, but on TOS says 61 million shares. So it's kind of a high amount of shares. And
Right.
I don't know.
Let me see.
This almost looks like a bull trap to me, like just something just to bring in volume and kind of fade off. But it has been running for the last like 5 days. It started, at like 80 cents and
Well,
all the
there's
way
no
up to 260. So
and there's no data behind it. There's no data behind it on like Benzinga either, which means it's really obscure. Like if even Benzinga doesn't have anything behind this company and fundamentals, then that means it's really really obscure. So y'all just be careful with it. I'm not saying it's going to fail. No. Here, Maddie. Here, get Jack out the balcony and help your mom find her tweezers. Sorry, we got real life going on over here. But yeah, I'm not saying it's gonna fail. I'm just saying, Jack, get in here now, right now. Thank you. Yep. Sorry, bro. It's amazing how much my kids don't listen to each other. My daughter's like 12. She'll be like, "Hey, Jack, get in here." He'll just be like, "No." Yeah, I know, and I'll just be like, "Jack, get in here now," and he's like, "In." Here, I'm gonna mute myself for a second. Okay, Fuse ready. All right. So Joel, did you get the StreamYard thing set up? Here, I'm gonna put your screen up real quick.
I did. So I'm an admin, but I don't really know like what.
Okay,
that
here.
Did.
Okay, yeah, nice.
I can still share my screen.
Well, yeah, you should. Do you see in broadcast at the top right? Don't hit it, but do you see that?
I see. Let's see.
You have to say I have 3 of the rides today.
Yeah, did the spy just drop? Yeah, bro.
Daddy,
Yeah, dude.
Maddie said if I came to get breakfast.
He doesn't need to.
Here, no, you don't need to, bro. I'm gonna get breakfast. Y'all chill. Here,
Yeah,
let me
I never
look.
can. I really want to, and there's nothing
Okay,
to do.
listen to me. I am working right now. Okay, we are going to get breakfast. Sit your butt down and stop bugging us. Okay, I love you. We're gonna get breakfast. We have it ordered. We're gonna go get it. You need to be patient. I am working. Everybody can hear your entire whining session right here, bro. Okay? You understand? I love you. Go sit down.
I told Jack that he's not going to be able to ride 3 rides today.
Oh man, I'm up here on the main screen getting on to you, bro. That's what I'm saying. I'm on the main screen getting on to you, dude. All right, there we go. Listen, okay, Jack.
You kicked me.
Okay, Jack. How about this, man? I'll make you sit out the first ride we go on today. You understand? You want that? And I 100% will. I promise you I will. You understand? Sit your butt down. Thank you. Sorry, guys. Probably should have muted it for that, but that's all good. Anyways, I know. Here, hold on. We gotta get. All right. So Joel. Oh wait, are you there? Oh wait. Hey Joel, what's up, bro? You back?
Yeah,
Sorry,
I'm back
dude.
in now. I got the admin stuff. I see the difference now.
Okay, you can see the end broadcasting on the top right.
Yeah, and I
No,
can see the
okay.
chat thread, which is like way easier.
Right, yeah, for sure. And look, if you look at underneath this, you can see like I can adjust it to do anything. I can adjust it to this. I can make it like this if I want. You just kind of switch back and forth. I can make it like this. I can make it just us here. But this is the easiest one. The one with the little person in the bottom left is the easiest one.
All right, I got it.
All right, cool. All right. Well, look, I'm going to go get my food, Joel. So just hold the stream down if you want. You can leave my screen up, or if you want to put yours up, you got to share your screen again, I think.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's do that because then I can
Yeah.
flip through the stocks.
Yeah. There you go. And so
All
if
right,
you can even do it right now. So try it. Just click add to stream on your screen. Do you see it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just look at the little box. Just look at the little box.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, there you go. And so then you can just switch back and forth between my screen, your screen, and everything else. You can mute it. It's on the bottom left if you want to mute it. I'm going to go get the breakfast, though. Yeah.
Word.
All right, so Joe, you got this? You ready, bro?
Yeah.
Like I said, let me know if you have any questions or any concerns or anything like that before we head out. We're not leaving yet. We're just going to get breakfast, but, Praxis, he's the dad from Ozark. Dude, I feel like I'm a patient dad, bro. Like I don't, I feel like I'm a patient dad. I'm more patient than a lot of dads. Anyways, My kids acted up at Disney too. Can't understand why they aren't cool when you're dumping money on them. Dude, they're kids. They have no objectivity. They have no idea.
Man.
You know?
That's the way it is, dude.
Yeah.
I took my kid to Cancun, and he's like, I don't, it's too hot. I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, you're in Cancun.
Right, man. Oh, dude. But they're kids, and yeah, we're going to Animal Kingdom today. Hopefully, they'll have fun. You know. But yeah, guys, I'll be back. Joel, I appreciate you holding it down. Everybody give Joel a thank you for hosting the stream while I'm gone. It'll be a good insight, you know, different traders, different personalities is always good to have on the channel. And I definitely appreciated Joel. The only thing you might want to do is maybe put another chart up there so you can look at a few different ones. But it's up to you completely. It doesn't matter either way.
This is actually how I trade, man. So I actually like flip through different charts.
Okay, that's actually a good idea. You got your watch list on the left side, so I can kind of see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Abel. I appreciate it, man. But yeah, I'm gonna go get out of here, guys. For now, I'll be back in a little bit. Okay. Thanks, Joel.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know how I'm gonna.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna hold this down today, and we're gonna do it with no music. So I hope y'all can just enjoy the illustrious sound of my voice, and also you know, and the cadence and all the fun times. So I'm really curious, what are y'all watching? First off, I also want to say thank you so much as you kind of hung with us for the last like 15 minutes or so while we got everything switched over, the whole technological setup and everything like that. So I just want to say thank you to everybody in the chat for that. You know, worries, Joel. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Chris. Voice of an angel. I love it. I love it. Morning, Brandon. I'm sorry, Ramon. So you guys know, I have a little bit of a visual impairment a few years ago, back in 2016 now. So, man, it's been a while. I actually went completely 100% blind. I was blind for several years from an accident that happened. So I slowly kind of developed my vision back over time. It was due to a brain injury. So if you guys see me like squinting at the screen or getting in real close or something like that, that's why that's happening. So if I read things incorrectly, that's why that's going on. So market makers look like they're going to kill volatility. Yeah. So what are you guys watching today? Because I'm taking a look around and I'm looking through the pre-market stuff here, and I am just not seeing a lot of good things. Probably one of the best things I'm seeing is IMPP, and it does not look that good to me. It doesn't look bad, because when I look over this and I look at the last like 10 days, you can see, I mean, this thing was already down all the way down at 48.50 cents, and we see it went all the way peak today at 259, and that's a hell of a run. I mean, that's an insane run over the last 10 days. But you know, I'm just not seeing the type of movement and momentum that I like to see when I'm trading. So you know, AMC, yeah, let's check out AMC. What's AMC doing? Let's see. Not a lot, just kind of hanging out in the range that it's been hanging out with in a while, for the last while. Let's see what we got. The 10-day chart here hit 10 days ago, fell all the way back down to 13, and kind of come back a little bit. This actually doesn't look like that bad of a chart. On a little bit more, maybe for like a swing trade. I don't know if we'll see the volatility on it that we've seen in the past. But you can see, like, what was this, Thursday? We had a nice rip, and went up just over $1 a share. It's pretty good that day, but I don't know if we're going to see the volatility on this today. Did just get a nice volume candle here, but it's still only 33K. It's just not enough volume for me. What I'm really looking for is something that is over 100,000 shares per minute. Let's see, MULN. What's going on with that? I'm not seeing anything on the scans right now. Okay, yeah, MULN's got some movement on it. Let's see what the float is on this. 20 million. Okay, so like when something's like 20 million, shares or so. We could definitely see some decent rips happen with that. It is down at like $1, which is a lot cheaper than I like to trade. I usually like to trade something that is over like $3 is typically my threshold. That doesn't mean that I won't trade something that is that cheap, especially if it has momentum. But these ones that are like under $1, they really got to prove themselves to me. Just because I've been burned before. And the other thing that that happens a lot when these are this inexpensive is they start getting traded really thickly. So you might have something where it's like a couple 100,000 shares or 1 million shares traded at one price, and then on the other side, on the bid, then on the ask, on the other side it's the same 100,000 million shares, and it's 1 penny more. So they sometimes start having a difficult time moving. So what's up with Alf? Alf was a mover this morning. I did see it around 4 a.m. Sorry, that would be 7 a.m. market time. I'm over here on the West Coast. Alf popped up to 295 and it's fallen back down to 243. And it just doesn't have the volume. Like I'm looking at the average 30 bar volume and it's only at 5,600 shares per minute. So Alpha is not something that I want to be getting involved with unless it goes up to at least like 50, 75,000 shares per minute in the pre-market. And then during the actual, market time, I'd want to see it over 100,000 shares. Am I talking about AMC? No, I'm talking about Alpha now. MMAL. Let's take a look at that. MMAL. So guys, I'll have to get Epidemic sound so that we can have some music, because I actually really like trading to the music. I personally really enjoy it. MMAL is not pulling up for me. Ride earnings. What's up with Ride? So just so you guys know, like kind of the way that I personally trade. So I'm a momentum trader. I look for things that are getting a lot of momentum, low float stocks, typically pretty inexpensive, somewhere between like $3 and like $12 is usually the range that I'm looking for. I'm going to adjust my chair real fast. That's usually the range that I'm looking for. And what I'm also looking for is like buying momentum all coming in a lot all at once. And then I'm looking to ride that wave up. And I'm looking to usually sometimes scalp it, but a lot of times I'm looking to get like 5 to 10% in a move. If that's not available, like especially like with the market that we've had over the last pretty much since 2021 started, and even in December, I've been scalping a lot more frequently since then, but I'm usually looking for like 5 to 10% in a move, and I'm looking for that kind of momentum behind it, that buying pressure behind it. INDO. Let's try that one. Okay, this one's getting a little bit of. Let's see, we got 25,000, 28,000. Okay, this is getting some momentum. There we go. What's the float on this guy? NDO. 1.4 or 1.5 million. So around 2 million. On some places, 1.6 million. This one, I'm going to throw this on my daily chart here when I say daily chart, I'm looking at my main watches for the day. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit. We don't need this one. We don't need this guy, or that one, or that one, or that one. These don't got no volume. Okay. So right now we just got 3 really that we're watching so far. INGO looks like it is getting some momentum though. So what's the catalyst on this? Do we have any? DD looks good if it hits above 350. Yeah, let's check that out. GD just doesn't have the volume that I need, and we're only at 39,000 or 59,000 shares so far traded for the day. So DD's a little slow. INDO is looking right now like the best one. Let's do some technicals on this one. Gonna jump over here. We got kind of resistance here around 1550. And then resistance at VWAP. And then right here at the $16 range, which I'm going to actually put as $16 as the price to beat if this thing's going to really fly. And 1550 here as the, what happened? 1550 here as the main resistance. And then I'm going to throw this level here. What is going on with that? That is weird. That's weird. It's like taking almost like a screenshot when I try to edit the properties of this thing. So I'm going to throw that as support. Get that changed to good till canceled. So INDO is actually looking not bad. So the way that I have my charts set up is down here. I've got my volume. You can see I've got this indicator here. It's measuring the average volume over the last 30 bars. So right now we're on the 1 minute candle. So this is the average over 30 minutes. And then I've got this guy here, the TTM squeeze. This is probably one of my favorite indicators. You can see right here, the light blue or the cyan is stacking on itself, and that's showing that buying pressure is coming in and pushing this up higher. So this is actually one of my favorite indicators, and you can see like if we go down, maybe let's look at like IMPP. If we look at like this part right here, you can see that this kind of let us know ahead of time that this is going to run from this like $2 up to the 250 area. And you can see it stacks over itself over and over and over. And when it switches to the dark blue, we can see that that's going to be like a pullback, which it did do a pullback here. And then there was a little bit more, and then it hits this dark blue, and then you could see it's starting to fade. Once, like a lot of times when I see, two dark blue candles in a row, I'll tend to get out. Even though this did end up running, another like 20 cents, I still probably would have ended up getting out right there and missed this part of the move. And that's if I had gotten in maybe like right here. I also tend to measure these moves in stages. So like this would be like stage 1, this would be stage 2, and this would be stage 3. I have a personal trading rule that I don't trade after stage 3. But this is kind of like a textbook chart movement right there of like 1 minute candle over the high. But TTM squeeze is something that I use very consistently. INDO is looking great. I might actually get involved with this. We had this rip up back to the VWAP, and then we had a pullback down to the VWAP here. That's this purple line, and then we're looking at this 1475 level. So we got this 1 minute candle breaking over. So 1475 is our breakout point. So anything over 1475, we could see a run up to around 1550. Seems like not too far-fetched. What do you guys think? Can I look at LMT? What am I watching? Fatfish, I'm watching INDO. That's about the only thing that's really looking good to me. And who's calling that out? All in the Bay. You called that out though? MYN is really moving pre-market, or MYNS. Let's take a look at that. MYNS. I'm not pulling anything up for MYNS. Let me. Am I reading that wrong? MYNS? Oh, MYNA. I see. Saw you corrected it. I can see that it's gapping. Like it did gap, but if you look at this over the last 30 minutes, we've only had 1,700 shares average volume per candle. And to me, that's going to make it so that I don't want to get involved in it until I see that it's getting a lot of volume. Volume to me is the number one indicator of buying and selling pressure and volatility. And so if we're looking to make money in between the volatility, whether it's going down or going up, we want that volume. And without that volume, it's going to be very difficult for us to get into the trade, get out of the trade, and also for us to be able to predict the chart a little bit better. And I'm a technical trader, so I need to have my technicals in order. And without it, it's just not going to work for me. That's not to say that this may or may not be a good stock. It could run, but that doesn't fit my strategy. So yeah, absolutely, Adam. Always happy to explain. I I've been teasing the audience for months. I do have a YouTube channel coming out soon. I do have some content recorded for it. But as of right now, I'm waiting on a launch right now. So I'm trying to get more things in order so I can launch more cohesively. Before I had my accident, I actually ran a digital business for several years online. And yeah, I just like to make everything be as automated as possible so that it can scale and so that we can reach the most people and help the most people. And I tend to do like John's strategy, where you give just about everything away for free and use affiliate links, because I think it's a really dope strategy. A lot of people get a lot out of it, and then on top of that, typically when you sign up through somebody's affiliate link, you end up getting some sort of discount or some sort of benefit, and then the person referring you also gets a benefit too, so it creates win-win situations for everyone. So I really like that strategy because everybody gets the win that way. Absolutely. Don't forget to like and subscribe. IP, let's see. I just had all these chats come in all at once. IPOF. Any thoughts on the SPAC? That's the one I was looking for. IPOF. Let's see what we got. I don't know anything about this at all. But looking at the chart, again, I'm seeing that 30 bar average being 1085 shares traded per minute. This one could end up running. I mean, I don't see any news on it, but if you know something I don't, please share it in the chat. I try to know as much as I possibly can, but there's no way all of us can know anything. Oh, Space Cowboy. My name is Joel Straight. And yeah, y'all can check me out, joelstraight.com. So there's always stuff going on. NRSN. Let's check that out. NRSN. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so this one does have okay, so it says top pre-market gainers. Let's see what we got going on. This one is gapping today. We've got 2,891 average shares traded per minute. So not very much volume, but this one, because it's gapping like this, from $1.47 on Friday to $2.65 this morning, that's a pretty solid gap. This one could see some momentum. So let's go ahead and check the float on this guy real fast. Boom. We're on to floatchecker.com. Really dope site. You can see like the float, the short interest, totally free. Y'all should check it out. And floatchecker.com, the creator jumps in the chats every now and then. So this one has a 6 million share float. So this one definitely could see some momentum today if we see some buying pressure and some volume come in with this. Right now, I'm not a buyer, but if this thing were to go above, say, probably the VWAP and then pull back a little bit, this one currently, as it stands, has room up to 265. That's the pre-market high. But seeing that this thing is gapping from Friday a pretty sizable amount, that to me indicates that this could actually be a mover today. So this one I'm definitely going to keep on my watch list, and we'll see if it gets some momentum. If it does, yeah, I would definitely trade this. MULN is ripping. MULN. Let's see what we got here. Oh, this is the one from earlier. This one definitely has the volume. It's 234K shares traded per minute. I think this one had a pretty, like a 20 million share float, if I remember. Yeah, 20 million share float. So for me, the thing that is going to give me hesitancy to want to trade this is the thickness at which it's traded. So when I'm looking at the level 2, I'm seeing just on the current price here, I'm seeing like, I don't know, because it doesn't consolidate these things in TOS, but I'm seeing roughly like 400, 500,000, 600,000 on the bid, and then I'm seeing like around the same amount on the ask. So essentially we're seeing almost like a stalemate where it's becomes so thickly traded where we're seeing that sort of like that ping pong action where it's dropping down a penny and then going back up a penny. So for me, I would personally want to see this thing get around like $1.15, maybe even break the pre-market, and then get up around that like $1.25 level. But this one definitely has opportunity today. So for people who like trading these cheaper stocks, this is one for you, because it's got the volume. It does have a little bit of movement to it. It's currently on a downtrend toward the VWAP and possibly underneath it, as we can see indicated right here by the CCM. But this one definitely has the capability of making some moves today. Yeah, exactly. MULN is looking scary for an entry right now. This guy's got a good point. MULN is looking kind of scary for an entry right now. Lower highs above the VWAP could see a slam below it soon. Yeah, exactly. And that's goes back to exactly what I was just saying. And that's a perfect point. And I appreciate you putting that out there. So what is the VWAP on VLN? So if you can help out, please. Yes. So the volume weighted average price is the average price based off the volume that is traded over a set period of time. So I have my volume weighted average price set over a 200-day moving average, or I should say 200 bar, I believe is actually how it's set up. But it is the average price over the last X amount of candles that you determine from your own VWAP. And what that does for us is it sort of gives us it's a sentiment indicator. If it's above the volume weighted average price, it gives us the indication that it's more bullish. And if it's below the volume weighted average price, that's this purple line right here, then it gives us the indication that it's more bearish, meaning that it could have more potential for selling off. And when it's above, we have more potential for rips. So that's what the volume weighted average price is. It is by no means a set in stone kind of science. I've made money when things are below the VWAP. I've lost money when things are above the VWAP, and I've made money in both directions each time. It's definitely by no means an exact science, but it is a helpful indication to let us know what the overall sentiment is of that particular stock. VWAP is something that I know John uses. It's something that just about every single trader that I've ever met ever uses. And it's definitely something worth researching. I know beginner trading has a ton of great videos on the volume weighted average price. I'm not going to link them here because I don't have access to all those links, and I'll having that all at the ready, but you should totally check it out. It may even be in the description. I came on midway through this stream, so let's see, how to calculate risk, rewards, how to build a trading plan, how to trade gaps, understanding the VWAP, and strategies. Yeah, so it is definitely in the trading resources in the description of this video. So if you want to learn more about the volume weighted average price, you should totally check that out.
All right, so I'm just swinging back for maybe like a minute or two. Joel, you're doing a great job, bro. And yeah, it seems like the stream is appreciating it too, man. So good job, Joel. Can y'all hear me?
I appreciate that.
Yeah, my son's over here bugging us, but no, I just to comment on that. I think the way I do things and the way you do things, Joel, is just the right way to be. Like, there's a lot of people that really try to charge for everything, and I think especially as time goes on, it's just gonna trickle into doing more what you and I are doing now, Joel, which is just giving everything away for free. Everybody wins. You can still make a ton of money doing what I'm doing. Like, this channel makes great income doing what it's doing, giving away everything for free, And so I think a lot of marketers think you have to sell everything and that you're making money selling, but you're not. You're making money giving away everything for free. And like I said, I agree with you, Joe. I think it's a dope strategy. I think it works,
Yeah, it absolutely does. It's something I've been doing for years,
right.
and it's just awesome because like people get deals when they sign up under affiliate links. You get paid,
Right.
They get discounts. I mean,
win-win.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, Joel. Again, thank you so much, brother. You're helping me out a ton.
Word.
Jack, say
Absolutely,
thank you.
man.
Thank you.
There you go. And I'll see you guys later, Joel. If you need me, brother, just holler at me, just text me, call me, whatever you need to do, bro. I appreciate it.
All right, bro. Yeah, no worries. Go enjoy Disney, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you, bro. Yeah, we're going to Animal Kingdom today. It'll be fun, and I'll see you guys later. Say bye, Jack.
Yep.
Bye.
There you go. Later, guys.
Yeah. So, Mr. YPrez, so it's just, I'm going to put it in the chat. It's just floatchecker.com. These guys are dope. It's a really, really awesome place. It's just like really, really quick data. And that's one thing I really like about it, because it's just the information you need and nothing else. Somebody was asking what indicators I use. So I use the EMA, that's the exponential moving average. I use the EMA 9, the EMA 12, the EMA 35, and then I use the SMA, that's the simple moving average, 26. And all those numbers are just the amount of candles that it is putting there. Now the EMA, the exponential moving average, puts more emphasis, more weight off the last few candles. So it puts more weight off of the more recent candles and less weight on the past candles of which it's measuring. And then a simple moving average puts an equal distribution of weight across the board. And so we can see here, if I was to break this out, I'm just going to zoom in kind of close here. So this white one here is the 26. This dark blue one is the 35. This cyan one here is the 12, and the yellow one here is the 9. So when I'm looking at this, what I'm seeing here is with the 9 being on the lowest side, not above the 12. And then the 35 being below the 26. When I'm looking at this, this is telling me or indicating to me, and I say indicating because nothing about trading stocks is an exact science. A lot of it is an art. So what this is indicating to me is that this is actually going to fall down further. And right here, if we go back, we see that the crossover happened right here. This is where it officially became bearish, so to speak. So is right here at this little crossover point where the 26 became the one on top. It became, as I like to call it, the dominant indicator for the time. But if we go back and we look at, let's look at the earlier part because it's easier to see, where this actually began to rip. You can see that the indicators are actually flipped in reverse. So you can see we've got the 9 here on top, the 12, and then we've got the 26, and then we got the 35 down here at the bottom. Now, one thing that's really cool, the reason why I have the 35 on here, the 35 is not something that I've seen anybody else use, but the reason why I use it is because, and I'll see if I can find an example, is because a lot of times with the 35, we can predict a rip long before they happen. And here's an example right here. So when the 35 ends up being above the 26, but everything else is on the downside, this is telling me that there's still buying pressure that's buying up this stuff. And then we see that this was staying over here. We saw this little crossover, and that could have indicated that it was going to dip. But if we had got involved, say right here, or right down here, this would have given us an opportunity to run this up. And then we see these, we see all these indicators begin to cross over right here, and that lets us know that that little rip is going to happen. It doesn't necessarily give us an indication of how strong that rip is going to be, but it does give us an indication of whether it's going to be going up or going down. Can I send a link to my setup in TOS? Probably. I will see if I can figure out how to do that. I think I can. You know what I will do, Space Cowboy, is I'm not going to do that right now because I don't want to figure out tech right now. I want to stay focused on the market and be able to help you guys as much as I possibly can. But what I will do is later on today, I will may need additional cover, bro. Mine looks like a mirror. Let's start here before TOS bought them. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Dr. J. I'm just curious. But yeah, what I'll do, so share workspace gives me a link. Okay. So we go, that's in this tab here, right? Oh, no, it's under setup. That's right. So I think it's this one. I'm just going to save it so that's brand new, so I know it's right. Let's see. And then we'll go share workspace. And what do I do from here? Guess just hit share, and then there's the link. Yeah, all right, there we go. So that's a link, hopefully, to my workspace and the way I got this set up. So this should have hopefully all the indicators that I use. If you guys can also see, I've got this this indicator here that says possible crossover. This is when the 12 and 26 get close enough, it gives me this little indication that says possible crossover. I've got a couple more other indicators that are not being shown on screen because they typically show up, when something is happening. And I can pull over here and you can see these are all the indicators I got rocking right now. So I've got that TTM squeeze. I've got the average candles traded per minute. I've got the buy volume. That's this one down here. So this is all my lower. I've got the previous closing price, which this is actually deactivated right now because it was making my charts wonky. And then all the EMAs I talked about. I've got the possible crossover one that pops up. Simple breakout arrows. This one's cool because this lets us know when a huge surge of volume comes into one particular candle, whether that's up or down, and lets us know, hey, there's a ton of volume going in this direction right now. So this one's really cool. It's not a repainting indicator, which I really like. So it's not going to change the information as time goes by. It just posts it, and that's what you get, and that's why I actually really like this one. Let's see what else we got. We got the bounce indicator. This is when something is crossing over the VWAP. That's just kind of, it gives me a little sound. It's like, bing, something's happening. So that's what's going on with these. Let's see. Do I ever trade options? I do not trade options. I do not know nothing about no options. I trade stocks, and I trade cryptocurrency too. But I just focus on those two things. A lot of people tell me that options are dope because you can, make a lot. Like there's a lot of risk reward going on there, but I just don't know enough about it. And I put a lot of emphasis into learning day trading, and I want to really stay focused on that niche until I get closer to mastery to it. And I'm by no means a master at this. And I think that a lot of people do this for years and never master it. And that's something that, I just want to keep doing what I'm doing and get better at it. And after I've done this for a few more years, then maybe I'll look into options. I was actually thinking that the next thing I'll probably venture out into is actually futures. But I'm trying to take my time, I just want to make sure that I'm doing it right. LMT, let's check out what's going on with LMT. OMG, it's LMT. LMT is definitely gapping, but I'm not seeing. So this is Lockheed Martin. Okay. I'm just not seeing the volume. This is not something that I personally would trade because it just doesn't fit my setup. I'm not saying that's a good thing, bad thing, or anything like that, but it's just not my jam. Let's see what we got. So INDO ended up failing off that little VWAP move, but that doesn't mean that this thing is necessarily done. I actually think that this is the one that I had the most confidence in at the moment, just because it has the most average volume traded per minute. I mean, we've got 175 or 17K, which actually isn't bad for the pre-market. Obviously, MULN has way more volume than that, but it's also a $1 a share, and that just becomes so thickly traded that sometimes it becomes difficult to move. So this being at $14.28, I mean, that's going to keep a lot of penny stock traders out. And I think this one actually has a lot more potential to move because it's also a much smaller float. So we're only like 2 million share float on this one. But I definitely would want to see more momentum happen. What I do see about this is kind of reassuring. So we had dropped all the way down here to this like 1350 level, came up through VWAP, and even though we had this red candle that dropped us down below VWAP, we are seeing higher highs and we are seeing higher lows is what I actually meant to say. So we are seeing higher lows on this one, and then we are seeing that the TTM is getting bought up. So this is showing us at least that buyers are still kind of buying this dip here. So this one I still think has good potential to rip. And like I said, the the top, if this thing hits over like $16, I think this thing could really fly today. I don't really know what the current short float is on this thing. Let's see what we got here. I don't know if this is like squeeze or anything like that. And it's like 9% is what I'm seeing for the last reported numbers on this one. But what else we got going here? What's going on with the chat? I've been trading for about 6 months. Started trading options as it's the only thing. It takes 1 day or an account less than 25K. Definitely make money and lose it just as quick. Yeah, for sure. Futures you can lose a lot more as your risk is capped. Like with options. See, and that's just it, guys. Like, I don't know all this stuff, and because I don't know it, I'm not going to jump into it. I put a lot of effort into learning day trading, and I'm going to use that education. But one thing I do like about futures, options, cryptocurrency, and anything else is that you can use the same chart patterns that you use in day trading, and that makes it easier to adapt that knowledge. One thing that I very much like about trading stocks is the hours in which stocks trade. because that condenses all that volume into a shortened time span, as opposed to like futures or cryptocurrency where it's this 24-hour time frame. And that makes it to where you can have just volume happen at 2 a.m. Just ridiculous times that are happening all the time, and then it could just die off in the next 24 hours and make it look like you're going to lose your investment, and then just to see it rip again. And so, to me, I like to be in, I like to be out, I like to be done trading within 1 hour. So 1 hour a day. And that's how I like to tend to do it. I should say 1 hour after the open, because sometimes I get here at 4 a.m. and I'm trading till 7:30, 8:30. So, that's like 4 hours. But I can only trade as much equity as I have available for the day. So until I get to the point of having a margin account. Where's Boss Man? He is he's hanging out with his fam on vacation. Good plan in my home. Master, be consistent, profitable, best style trading at first. Yeah, exactly. This right here, this guys, take that and just look at that, take it in, because I think that like a lot of people tend to jump around a lot. Hey, look, we're seeing INDO test that view app there. And this is what I was saying with the TTM. It's getting bought up. We're seeing those higher lows. So this one, I might actually look to get involved with this, just like I said over here. But I'm glad I didn't, just because I probably would have bailed out by now. Just because sometimes these things run up, hit view up, and then just plummet down after that. So we just saw this pop up through view app, and I may want to see a little bit of a pullback, but I don't know if we're going to get it. So we just started seeing the movement on the TTM. Now on the TTM, I'm looking to see like a factor of 3 or 4, and we got that. So we went from 3.69 on the TTM to 7 to 11. So we're seeing some stack up happening here. And previously we got where is that number? 11, 12, 14, 17, 22. So yeah, so we got some pretty decent momentum here, and then back here. So I'm looking at potentially getting involved with this one. It is a little early, but we're just going to go really small on this one. This 14.50 a share. I have like very little equity. I traded a bunch on Friday. So like very little equity for the day. Yo, what up, Beach Bomb? What about RMED? Crypto's too confusing. I know what a Walmart is and what a Google is. I have no idea what the hell those digital contracts represent. That's going to take a lot of time to learn. Yeah, Chris, I understand, and I'm putting you up here not to put you on blast, but because I want to make a point. And the point is that, if you guys are new to crypto, you should check out our Beginner Crypto channel. Beginner Crypto is this channel that John and I and Cam are working on right now, and we've been putting out content a little bit here and there, and we're going to be ramping up that content as time goes by. But if you want to learn more about crypto, you should definitely check us out. I understand crypto is confusing, and I understand that when something is confusing, it can be really challenging. But I do honestly, wholeheartedly, Chris, and this is a personal message to you. I personally believe that crypto is the future, and I think it's worth learning. And try to remember that 25 years ago, 30 years ago, people didn't know what a Google was. And now they finally understand it. But when people said that we're a search engine, and people were like, okay, well, I've got an engine in my car. What the hell is a search engine? And so I think this is something that I understand that it's confusing, but I would definitely take the time to learn it, and go check us out on Beginner Crypto, because I think this will definitely help you kind of gather an understanding of what cryptocurrency is. And we're, one thing that we've been talking about doing is kicking around some basic understanding of like intro to cryptocurrency videos. And I think that's something that I may end up doing, strictly for comments like this, just to get you guys acquainted with it, because we really want to see you guys succeed. And in order to do that, we as people, I believe personally, and you may have a different belief, but I believe personally that we as people need to constantly be evolving and constantly growing and adapting to whatever is changing in the world around us. I think trading stocks, or I think all that stuff, definitely like trading, I think that if you're good at stocks and you want to stick with one thing, definitely I think that's dope, and you should follow your heart and follow your passion. But understanding at least what crypto is going to be vital to your survival in the future, because the US has already announced that they're working on digital dollar, which is a cryptocurrency. And if you really look at the landscape of things, we basically have been using digital dollars for years and years and years. But if you look at the landscape of which things are going, practically every country is getting involved in cryptocurrency in one way or another. The El Salvador, they made Bitcoin legal currency. And there's a lot of other countries that are looking to do the same. There are people are using cryptocurrency to fund things that they actually truly care about, and not have as much government insight or oversight as has happened in the past. So there's just a lot that you can do with cryptocurrency, and the future of the internet is going to be built on the blockchain. And the reason why I say that is not some hoity-toity prophetic vision of some kind where I'm just making a speculation guess. The metaverse is built on crypto. It's built on blockchain. Gaming platforms are moving to blockchain. Everything is moving to blockchain, and websites eventually are going to be on blockchain. So here's that run in INDO. So we got that break over 15, and right now we're seeing 15 as a resistance. And I think that this is something that we could definitely see some movement here. I'm going to go in very small just because I'm in pre-market, and like I said, I have really little equity for the day. So I'm getting in 2 shares. Huzzah! Whatever. It's all about the strategy. And honestly, if you're new, I would highly recommend trading small. There's not financial advice, just so you guys know. I'm not giving any indication of what you should or should not do with your money and time. But I personally would say that if you want to really grow and practice the strategies and stuff like that, trading small is very helpful for that. So this is what I would consider to be a momentum stock. So we got in here at $15. Our top of the day is like 16. I think it was 16.15. So I think personally, when I'm looking at this, this is example of how I trade. So we got this buyer support here. We got the rip over VWAP. We're seeing the TTM stack up. I personally think that 15.75 is not out of the question on this one. So that could give us a 75-cent per share trade, and I think that that is worthwhile. So that is where I'm going to set my sale price. And I actually think it'll go up higher than that, but I want to make sure that I'm taking profit along the way. So I got involved at $15. We're seeing a pullback here to like $14.95. I think I'm actually going to go in a few more shares. Can we get in $14.95 maybe? Let's try it. See if we can get that pullback. It's a little bit low, but maybe not. I'm going to get in 15. Can we get it? I'll leave the order there and see what happens. I'm not trying to bring up my cost basis. Probably should have just gone in with more shares from the get, but hey, whatever. We'll just leave it right there in case we get a... So I like to use the price ladder when I trade. That's this thing here, because I can just click at a price and then I can click at a price. So click at a price to buy, click at a price to sell. So I really like that feature. That's one thing I really love about Thinkorswim. Webull also has it. Webull is super dope. I use Webull as well. So, okay, cool. So we got that pullback here, like $14.95. Probably could have gotten a little bit cheaper because we had a dip down to like $14.85, but that's okay. So I'm gonna throw that up here at that $14.75 level. Make this one order. Boom, boom. I don't know. I'm trading really small, and if you guys got an issue with that, I'm sorry, but hey, it is what it is. I'm trading small for the day because I, just want to try to preserve my capital, and like I said, I got very little equity for the day, so that's what we're trading with. Not the hood. INDO smoking. Yeah, is there a catalyst on INDO? Like, see, that's the thing. Like, my trading strategy. Sometimes I even trade without a catalyst, and that's because I'm looking at technical trading, which is something I tend to do a lot. I'm looking for momentum. I'm looking for volume, and I'm looking for low shares, or low float stocks that are making moves. That's my typical process. Oil war is the catalyst. Yeah, okay, got it. Your risk in the lottery is only the cost of the ticket. Yeah, I'm not gonna throw my thoughts and beliefs out about the lottery. I'll just keep that to myself. It's more the DD. Desmond, you need 4 doubles. Like how you're gonna dig into a company based in programming where they're all sound like the next best thing. Oh, Chris, are you talking about in reference to cryptocurrency? Yeah, like a lot of the things about cryptocurrency, is you're digging. You can dig into the company on cryptocurrency as well. They're not all decentralized necessarily. Like Ethereum, you could totally dig into that. You could totally dig into ADA, Cardano, or Atom, which is Cosmos. You can totally dig into a lot of these, and a lot of these are actually creating like whole ecosystems around themselves here. So, there's definitely there's a lot of due diligence you can do on cryptocurrency well ahead of time before investing in it, and I think that you should. I think that's something that everybody should do before they invest in any cryptocurrencies because, like pump stocks, there are pump coins, and it's really not that different than stocks in a lot of ways. There was a lot of ICOs. I like the other guy more. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Hey, you know what though? I love you anyway, and thanks for being here. So I really appreciate that. Link by now. Facts. Yeah. Yeah. So I think that you can totally. You work at the lottery. That's awesome. I don't know if you're being sarcastic, but if you do, that's super cool. PLTR. Let's see. It's an energy stock. Sympathy play is IMPP. So are you saying the sympathy play on INDO is IMPP? Let's take a look at that. Yeah, but INDO has a way smaller float. And I like that it's priced a little bit higher. But IMPP being at like the 230s, you could definitely see a rip up to like 250s, 260s, maybe even 275, because I think IMPP was a 20 million share float, if I remember. I'm probably going to check the same floats like a million times because that's just how I roll. Actually, I have no flow data on that. I have one from Wall Street Journal that says 4 million, which is pretty low. Other than me, I love that you put that there because, John, I love that you put that there because I think that's actually hilarious. I love that. That's super cool. And why not? I mean, John is absolutely the best at what he does because, hey, this is beginner trading. You know what I mean? Joel is the man. Thanks. Squeeze app, yeah. So the Squeeze app is something that John's been working on. Y'all should download it. I don't know enough about it. I have an iOS, so I can't unfortunately get it. But I know it's available on Android, and it's definitely something you guys should check out. Who is this guy? It's me, dude. Who are you? It's me. I'm Joel. Joel Straight. You know, you check me out, joelstraight.com. What's up? I've been around on the channel for a long time, man. I've been around for like a couple years. We need the SPY to turn around. What is the SPY doing? Okay, so we're still hanging in this trade. We're down like 84 cents. Whoopity doo. See what we got. What is the SPY doing? Let's take a look. Boom. So the SPY was on this high on Friday, ended at like 438. Let's take a look at the 10-day. I like the 10-day chart myself. So the SPY had dipped all the way down to 410, but you can see like over the last 10 days, we were at 451. We dipped down to 410. Right now we're seeing like that sort of like V-shaped comeback here on the SPY. We're seeing it at like 432. So, you know, I mean, the SPY, if I'm looking at this, the SPY is a little bit better off than it was, you know, at the beginning of the market, but we got a little bit of a ways to come back. The SPY's not doing too bad though. We got this kind of like stop out here, like 433 area. So I would say if it can get over like 435, I think we'll be pretty solid on the SPY. But it is right at VWAP, so it's not in a terrible position. It's not too bad right now. What do we got going on with INDO? Okay, so we're just hanging out on this one. We got this. It's kind of a bit of a stretch here at that 1575, but I still think that we could see it. If you look at the TTM, we are seeing some cooling off here. So it tried to break over that 1525, and we just didn't get it. So this goes as a new resistance level here. I put it at 1520, but it's pretty much the same spot. 1520 was where that peaked there. So I'm going to call that a 1525 resistance zone. We are getting this kind of pullback to the VWAP here. But I still think that, like, I still got confidence in this one. And we're only down $1, so it doesn't really matter. I'm trying to catch up on the chat here, see what we got going on. If I see UVXY and VIX doing what they are going to be slow. Wanted to pop in and say hi. I haven't visited. Hey, what's up, Luke? Glad you popped in to say hi, man. We appreciate you. We don't need banks anymore, just Dogecoin. Maybe we need a little bit more than just Dogecoin, but Dogecoin is definitely pretty dope. I appreciate that, William. I really like the calmness myself as well. I've had too much going on, like too much happen in my life to not be calm anymore. Was that saying, real life will teach you blank, real effing blank, real effing fast? Real life will teach you blank, real effing fast. Yeah, Big Sean. Yeah. So that's me. I've definitely lived a lot of real life, and I like to just enjoy the life that I have available to me at this time. Enjoy my wife, enjoy my son, just, be grateful for every little bit that I have. Oh, you lost 500 on you on Friday, man. I'm sorry, dude. Playmaker, that sucks. We've all been there, man. I took a fat loss like earlier last week. No, it was 1 week before that. I took a huge loss. And it's just part of the game, man. How am I placing limit orders in the pre-market on the price ladder? So if you go up here on the price ladder, you'll see this time in effect, TIF, and you click this and you'll have day, good till canceled, extended hours, or good till canceled and extended hours, which is what I like to use. Then there's AM or PM, which I don't really know what those two do. But day will only work in the during the market open and the market, like before the market closes. Good till canceled, we'll just leave it there until you cancel it. Extended will allow you to trade in the extended hours. Good till cancel and extended, which is what I do, it just leaves it there, and it allowed me to trade in the extended hours. And I use the price ladder because I really like the price ladder. I don't want to be entering in numbers. I just want to click sell, click buy, click sell. That's what I want to do. So that's what's up with that. And that's how you do it. You just select this good till cancel, then extended hours. And if you're using a different platform like Webull or something like that, like Webull, you have to set the extended hours in your profile settings, but you can simply turn it on and then it's on. So those are the only two trading platforms that I use. So I can't advise you about any other ones, but I can tell you that in every trading platform, you would need to have extended hours enabled in order to be able to take those trades in the pre or the after. This market open is going to be very telling. Watch yourselves if you are scalping the open. Yeah. And that's what I actually think that INDO might end up be, is we might see a rip at the open, and then we might see a dip. So we might see a bit of a rip and dip on this. I'm not sure. I'm not in it. I'm in with like 4 shares. So I'm not really too worried about it. So I'm gonna jump over to the my pre-market scanner and see what we got going on here. Just go back through these. If y'all see anything else moving, feel free to drop it in the chat. I'll check it out. Gamble looks like way too much of a gamble to me. This one, AUPH is dumping. Let's see. Yeah, not seeing a ton moving with volume yet. So right now, INDO is kind of my top watch. That and IMMP. So those are my 2 top watches at the moment. Futures are dry today. Oh, red today. LMT RTX. Let's take a look. Boom. So RTX. LMT, that's Lockheed Martin, isn't it? Yeah, I mean it's kind of, it gapped up pretty big and went from 40 to 43, but we are seeing a little bit of a decline, but it also has no volume. And for me being a day trader, I need volume, but this could be dope as like a swing trade if y'all are into swing trading. For the record, so I'm testing swing trading. I spent 2 years just focused on day trading and day trading alone, and then dividend investing. So I did those 2 things, and now I'm looking at learning swing trading and getting better and better at that. And I've been trading crypto since like 2013, but I wasn't exactly trading it. I was more just like investing it and transacting in it. So, and I can tell you, it makes me feel kind of stupid because I've owned probably 10 total Bitcoins over the lifetime of trading and owning Bitcoins. But I mean, I was getting in Bitcoins at like $500 a coin at that time. So, and then they went up to like 550 or something. I'm like, all right, let's sell, you know? So, but I didn't really understand cryptocurrency to the level that I understand it now. You know, so now it's just I think around like 5 years ago, I just became bullish on the idea of, hey, I just need to start accumulating this stuff. And then in 2017, so that was like 5 years ago, we saw that major rip where Bitcoin went up to like $20,000 a coin. And then it ended up coming back down to like 3,500 a coin. And during that time, I was buying as much as I can, just a little bit here and there. And that's why dollar cost averaging is a strategy that a lot of people will talk about when it comes to cryptocurrency. Check KOD for swing. Look at the daily KOD, that J. Cole album. Let's take a look at the 1 year. So 1 year, we had KOD at 1376, and currently we're looking at 857. So let's jump out to 6 months. So we got our 131.97. Now we're down at $7. Wow, I feel bad for anybody who bought up at the high. Let's look at 3 months. See what we got. So when I'm looking at this, like, I'm just seeing that this is just going down, but I don't know anything about this company at all. So I can't really make an educated decision on this thing. I'd have to do some research, do some due diligence. I can't do enough on a swing trade by just looking at the chart. I put a lot of effort into doing due diligence when I'm doing a swing trade. So if I'm looking at swinging something, unless it's like Disney or Apple or something that I have a solid understanding of what the company is, I'm going to, spend some time on DD. All in the Bay. I do actively trade crypto, not every day, maybe a few times per week, but I do actively trade crypto. I'm actually a copy trader on BitGet, which is one of the sponsors of this channel. So I did get approved for that, and I have done that. I've done only a couple of trades on that. So it's not something that I'm actively doing like enough necessarily, and I need to be doing it more. But I'm also trying to balance being a husband, being a father, and also launching my YouTube channel and launching several other things all at once. And the reason why I do all of it all at once is just because I've experienced doing that, where I'm running 4 or 5 or 6 businesses on the internet at one time. And the reason why I don't do one thing necessarily at a time is because I like to tie them all in together, so that each one complements the other in some capacity. So that's why I'm not actively trading as much crypto as I would normally want to, but I am still taking a couple trades per week. Been told don't run a day trade into a swing. Yeah. So on the Bay, that is a rule of mine. I do not turn a day trade into a swing trade. If it was not in my original plan to swing trade that thing, I am going to sell out before the day is over. Typically, I'm going to sell out long before that, but yeah, I don't turn a day trade into a swing trade, because at that point, then you're becoming an investor. And the purpose of day trading for me, and the way that my perspective is on it, is that I'm looking to capitalize on quick movements in the chart and then get out and take that profit. And it could end up running, it could end up dumping. I don't really know. But what I do know is that, if I originally intended it to be a day trade, I'm going to keep it a day trade. And that's really, really important to me, because there have been times, especially in my earlier time in trading, where yeah, thanks, speculatejewelstraight.com. I appreciate that. Y'all can sign up for my email newsletter there. And there's some information on the site. It still has work to be done, but it's still functional. Yeah, it is discipline. It's discipline through experience, because there were trades that I initially got involved with where I would see, hey, I think this thing's gonna run, and it would have had momentum during the day, but then you would see the volume kind of die off, and then overnight I'd hold that thing and come back in the morning and I'm down, 50, 60, 70, $100, or even like $175, $200. So it's something that it's almost never worked out. And I think out of like the 3 or 4 times that I did it, only one of them worked out. And when it did, and the whole time I'm just stressed. I'm just like thinking about it the entire time. So it just, for me, it just does not work unless I intentionally decided that it was going to be a swing trade from the get. In which case, usually like if I'm buying stocks and holding them, I'm dividend investing. I love dividend investing. So I think it's a really great way to diversify your portfolio and get some, interest, essentially just for owning something. TDOC. Let's take a look. TDOC. Oh yeah, this is running. Let's see what the volume is here. Volume is 30K, but that's definitely not bad for something that's expensive. So these guys are the catalysts. Yes, they do. So what is the catalyst here? TDOC jumps after teaming up with Amazon Alexa. That's a pretty solid jump. We went from around $70 a share to $81 a share. So that's huge. I mean, $10 jump. It's getting some volume. You got 30K average over the last 30 minutes. But, that's the average over the last 30 minutes. If we actually look at these, we're seeing 56 or 58K. And 50K. So I actually expect this average to be going up, and that's it just went up to 31. So as the minutes go by, this average is probably going to continue to go up. So this one's actually really dope in terms of its movement. It has a real catalyst. It's not a enormous float. It's big. It's 150 million shares, 158 million or so. So this one could actually be quite a good trade today. I think there's definitely a lot of potential here in TDOC. I'm going to throw that one on my list. It's a little expensive, a lot more expensive than I typically like to trade. But one thing I really like about more expensive stocks is they can make multi-dollar moves pretty easily. So you saw this was down at like $70 and ran up to $80. That's one thing I really like about these. And actually, if you look at this here, we're getting sort of a test of the pre-market high up at 81.84. It's currently at 81.39. So yep, there's a new high. There's that test. So this one's actually getting some momentum, and yeah, this one is worth checking out. So who called that one out? Mark. Thanks so much, Mark. Appreciate that. Sometimes take profits on a day trade and leave a small percent to run with a stop at break even. Hey, that's actually a really cool strategy, Paolo. I think I actually will look into incorporating that. I think that's actually worthwhile strategy. So this guy here, Paolo Pips, I think this is a really dope strategy, and that's something that I would look at adding into my current trading style. So I think that's really cool. Thanks so much, Paolo. I appreciate that. That's why I like showing up to the stream, is because people have cool ideas like that and different strategies and different perspectives to add. So we get to hear John's perspective. We get to hear from cool hosts like myself. We get to hear from people in the chat, and we get to hear from people who are really experienced. I've talked to people in the chat that have been around for 40 years trading. You know, I'm not even 40 years old, and like I'm like, man, that's a lot of experience, and those people got knowledge, you know. And I like to learn from people who have been in the game for a long time. And that's one of the reasons why I started showing up to this stream a couple years ago to begin with, was just because, you know, John knew what he was talking about, and he was being real with it. And I think that, like, if you know, like, if you've had as much life experience as I have, and I'm not trying to like toot my own horn in any way, by all means, I'm sure everyone's got a ton of life experience from all different backgrounds, and I love that. But I spent a huge amount of my life interacting with thousands and thousands and thousands of people on a daily basis, and I've learned to read people pretty well. And one thing that struck me instantly when I came to this channel was it was easy for me to tell that John was being upfront and honest, and that's what immediately got me interested. And so that's why I ended up sticking around. So we're seeing INDO drop off. That is a pretty big drop off. Might end up cutting this thing out. So we're down. Let me take a look at this. So we're unable to recover from that. This one may end up being a dump at the open. So we might cut this thing. Let's see. I'm going to put the risk here just because I'm in so few shares. I'm going to put the risk at like 14.25. That's only because I'm in hardly any shares. I would never do that, but that's a 1-to-1 ratio. So we got 75 on the up, 75 on the down. So that's a 1-to-1 ratio. That is basically the max that I'm willing to take on a loss, is a 1-to-1. But typically I would not do a 1-to-1. Typically I would do something more like a 0.5 to 1 in my win-loss ratio. So if my upside's 50 cents, I'm trying to get out like if it drops 25 cents. And I typically, that's how I like to trade. Yes, hit that like button. Thanks so much. I appreciate that. Is this John's channel? Yes, this is John's channel. Welcome, Sylvia. I'm just hanging out, filling in for John a little bit today. He is on vacation with his fam, and he is also still showing up while he's on vacation. He was here earlier, and I think that's awesome that he's showing up for you guys while he's on vacation. Y'all should, you know, definitely, I think that deserves a like. I think it deserves a subscribe, and I absolutely think that it deserves for you guys to ring the bell. You absolutely should ring the bell. So that you guys get notifications and know when John goes live, and also know when he posts videos. So Beginner Trading posts videos often, and he's here streaming for you guys every day. And the fact is, like, I've seen this dude show up when he is INDO is a guru pump, but didn't see it in many YouTube titles today. Okay. But yeah, you know, I've been seeing John show up even when he's sick, even when he's on vacation. I've seen him on vacation like a couple times now. He's still showing up. So, you know, y'all should, I think that deserves a like, subscribe, and a ring the bell. Yeah, INDO, I don't know, kind of losing some confidence in it. We're down small, you know, but I am seeing it turn around a little bit on the TTM. But for me, the thing that is really making me lack the confidence is this drop here on this candle. So there's the open, guys. I hope you guys have an awesome trade. I hope you guys go far with this today. That you guys get some trades. We're still gonna stick around and trade for about another hour or so, and see what's up. INDO is dipping, and we're right at our risk level. We may have to get rid of it. Let's see. Okay, getting a little bit of buying going on. What are you guys seeing that's moving? Yeah, exactly. I saw John streaming at the hospital. Yes, I remember that. I remember when John was streaming at the hospital. I was like, bro, like, we'll be okay. We'll be okay. It's just one day. Okay, so Indio is getting a little bit of a reversal. See, we got a possible crossover here. Indio is a very, very low float stock, so be careful with it. Know what you're doing, know your risk levels. And I need to make sure that I'm taking my own advice. But we hit right at our risk level, and we're just watching this. I'm hoping we get a rip up to 1575, but with this being all the way down to 1435, I mean that's $1.40 per share rip. That's a lot to ask, but we are getting possible crossover. We are seeing this move on the TTM starting to stack up. We went from -26 to -21. Yeah, so we're getting some momentum here. It's got to break. It's got to do this crossover, and it's got to break over VWAP. It is in a sketchy zone right now. I don't like that we saw not just that this was a red candle, but that we saw that red on the TTM. That's past our risk. Still seeing a little bit of buying pressure. But I think I'm going to have to cut this. I'm going to give it a few more seconds because we're just bouncing back up to our risk level. What's our volume at? 100K. 10K. 236. Yeah, I'm going to cut this because we had this this red candle here was actually higher volume than our green candle. And that's not what I like to see. I'm still sketching on it. I'm like, I don't know, man. I feel like it might come back. Are we seeing stuff moving? RINT capper. Let's go check on RINT real quick. RINT. I might have typed that wrong. Okay, yeah, we're cutting this. All right, so we're out. Lost a couple bucks, $3.50. What are y'all seeing moving? Alf? Let's see what we got going on with Alf. Okay, yeah, so Alf ripped up through the VWAP. We are still seeing it not changing on the TTM. I know Alf is a small float. Take a look at it. It is 8.5 mil on the float. So Alf could definitely see. Yeah, there's the spike in Alf. We want to see it break over 250. 250 is our resistance level. And 235 or so is our support. I gotta see Alf break over 250. The pre-market high on Alf is 295. So run above 295, this thing could run big. I've seen Alf run into like the really high numbers before. I don't remember them off the top of my head. I just know that I've seen Alf do some crazy things before, just over the last few years. But this is not far enough away from VWAP for me yet to get involved with this as an entry. And actually, you see, we just dipped below it. But we are seeing it turn cyan on the TTM. These red dots here indicate that's not necessarily good for an entry point yet, and we want to see these turn green. That's not 100%, you know, just like any indicator, you should definitely do your due diligence. But MULN, still a lot of volume. Yeah, MULN is getting, and actually MULN is getting some run up now. So we were in It was right around $1. We're up at like $1.10. So I mean, that's like 10% gain right there. This is a nice move. MULN is definitely getting some movement here. And on TTM, we're seeing 14, 18, 21, 26, 35, and 40. Yeah, so on TTM, MULN is looking good. So 119 is our high of the day. We only have to go 9 cents in order to break that high of the day, or a pre-market high, I should say. So MULN made its first move. It's having a pullback right now, and that pullback, what we'd want to. So if this was an entry point, I'd be looking to get in right around here, and I'd be looking to get out right around like 115. So I'd be looking to make like 8 to 10 cents on it, and that's a huge gain for a stock that's $1. That's like 8 to 10%, you know. So that's an awesome gain right there. I'm gonna check this 1226 crossover indication chart that they got here. So ALF did get a little bit of a bounce off the VWAP, but it is struggling with this 250 resistance level. It is stacking up on the TTM, but if you see, we still don't have a green dot on the TTM, so it is still a sketch on ALF for an entry point, and it right now it's undecided on which direction it's going to go. Sold MULN another quarter at 111. Nice. I hope Playmaker, I hope that was a positive trade for you. So CEI pop in volume. Let's see what's up with CEI. But before we do, I want to take a look just real quick. Like BBIG, MRSN is moving. Okay, so Mara. Mara is one of these stocks that just constantly moves. Wow, this thing's ended up all the way up at $23. I remember trading Mara when it was like way cheaper than this. So Mara made a pretty decent move. What was the one you mentioned? CEI? Let's see what we got with CEI. Boom. Yeah, CEI made a nice move off of VWAP. Went up about 2 cents. I really struggle to trade these, the ones that are like that, just this inexpensive, and for that reason, I won't be trading it. Because I've only had bad results with that type of stuff. Yeah, INDO ended up, dumping down, and I don't see that one coming back for the day. So that one's done in my opinion. Bitcoin on an intraday pump. I mean, I don't really know that you can like pump Bitcoin. I mean, when I look at Bitcoin, when I look at Bitcoin, like I'm like, okay, we see it rip, we see it flush, we see it rip, we see it flush. I mean, unless you're referring to like a stock that is being pumped about Bitcoin, then that's a different thing. Let's see, we got anything else going on? MULN really dipped down quite a lot. It is back below VWAP. MULN's got some work to come back. Let's jump over to the 1226. I'm going to jump to the 1226 5-minute crossover. So the 5-minute crossover is something that we can use on like a longer chart basis. It's not as accurate as to what's happening in the moment, but it's still helpful, especially if it's later in the day. Yeah, Mara, man, I was confusing Mara with something else. Mara's a crypto stock, like Riot and Mara. So I was confusing Mara with a healthcare stock. But yeah, I've seen Mara. I originally traded Mara when it was like $2, and then ended up going to like 60 or something like that. No play since Thanksgiving. I don't know if you're talking about stocks. What's going on with YNDX? It just halted. YNDX. Let's see what we got. Fit with type. Oh, this thing didn't even open, dude. Use target central bank of Russia latest sanctions. I don't know anything about this stock, but what I do know is that all the headlines are being related to Russian central bank and sanctions. Several stocks halted. So this one happens to be in one of those stocks here that got halted. So it has to do with the the sanctions that are being put on Russia for the Russia-Ukraine conflict. So that's what's going on with that stock. I can't say anything about it because I don't know anything about it, but obviously it's linked to a Russian central bank in some capacity. I just mean Bitcoin moving up intraday still needs to break 200 simple moving average in a 4 hour for a longer term. Yeah, for sure. Hey, see you later. Just lives CEI PLTR. Like I said, CEI is actually dipping pretty a lot on the chart here. Oh, that's Alf. I'm sorry. Yeah, CEI is dipping down. It's below the VWAP. But like I said, I don't trade these ones that are anything under $1. I won't touch. I've think I've won like one trade on those things like ever in the history of my life. So it's just not my jam. Let's jump over to see what has the most volume on the day. And come on, scanners. Will you work, please? There we go. You guys seeing anything ripping? I am open to ideas as to what may be moving right now. AUPH fell way down from the pre. INDO, this one might come back, but it would have to get over VWAP for me to be interested in it again. Avis, okay. MRSN is above VWAP. Doesn't have a ton of volume though. It's actually too little volume for me to get involved. Plug? Yeah, sorry, John. Bianca, I don't have access to the music, so no music, unfortunately. And believe me, it is unfortunate. I vibe to the music. I trade to the music. I love having the music on. But it's something that. Okay, look, MRSN is actually starting to get some. Look at this. What's a float on MRSN? Yeah, I love trade. So it's like 70 million for the float. I love trading to the music. And maybe we'll be able to work something out, but I don't really know yet. So MRSN started to get some volume. So in the last like 3 minutes or so, we went from like 142 to 177 to 221K to 250. So we're getting an increase in volume on MRSN. Does this one have a catalyst? I don't really see a catalyst on it, but it did have something recently on 224. Which is an annual meeting of some kind. I put the top on this at like 260. Was this the one that was? Oh yeah, okay. This one hit 265 as a gap earlier today. So this one's got some potential. It's a 70 million share float, which is a little bit larger than I normally trade, but it's also pretty cheap. So So we might actually take this one here. So MRSN, we saw it pull back to the view app at around $2. I don't know that this one would necessarily be a momentum trade. Probably be more of a scalp. But I think I might get involved in this one. Looking at like 215 or so for the entry point. Okay, so we're in at 215, and like to see, so that's our pullback right there. Maybe could have got a slight bit better entry, but we are seeing some movement on the TTM. Went from 9.5 to 11 to 12. Not as much movement as I'd like to see, and like I said, this one's like 70 million, more than I'm used to. And we hit resistance at 225. So a break over 225 is what we'd want to see on this one. Throwing that up as resistance. And we have another resistance level here at like 240. Edit props. Wrong props. There we go. Okay, so decide where I want to exit on this one. I think we'll probably like 235 on that. So let's see. So like a 5% gain on this one would just be like 225 area. So that would, I'd be more than happy with that. So this 235 might be like a bit of a stretch. But I think it'll hit it. I mean, I think we have the opportunity here. That'd be a nice, really nice gain on the day. So we do have this 225 to 20 area resistance. We've got to break over. We need to see some buying volume coming in on this one on MRSN. But MRSN is definitely looking pretty decent right now. Especially with that huge volume increase that it got at 482, 370, 275, 200. So we got a lot of volume coming in for this one. He said I am PP test and pre. It's got a ways to go for the pre-market highs, but it definitely is getting some movement. It's back over to view app, sitting around the 235 range, and you can see I had this support and resistance level right around 235. That means the next resistance is right around this 250 area, 245. And I say area because it's an area of support and resistance. It's not a it's not a set price. So MULN dip 95 back to 103. IMPP see make a squeeze up. You can check. Is it GEAI? He said GEAI. Whoa, what happened here? We can't find the symbol. Now, y'all check out. Y'all listen to Russ. Y'all ever listen to that? I'm like real big into hip hop. Y'all can't tell. I love. Well, really, I love like every single type of music. Hip hop. Definitely a ton of heavy metal. I was like a metalhead for years. But I don't know, I got all these like Rust tracks running through my head. I actually have a playlist like that it's literally called Think and Grow Rich, and it's just all it is just music that that brings to mind for my own self things that make me think of enlightenment, balance, generating wealth and abundance in my own life, um, and making me overall feel like I have the capability of generating the life that I personally want to achieve. And I don't know about y'all, but music speaks to me on a huge level as a human, and I don't know. I don't know why I had to say that, but it's just something that pops into my head. So, and that's just how I like to roll. So we're seeing a huge pullback on MRSN, and I think I may end up getting out of this one. Man, I hope we don't end up with 2 losing trades on the day. Let's. So right now we're at a 0.5 to 1 ratio. Down 10, we're looking to make 20. We are seeing, so that's that arrow that I was talking about. So we're seeing selling pressure coming in on MRSN. Looking at the level 2, we're seeing like 7,500 shares or so for sale, 3,500 shares, 4,500 shares. So we're seeing some sell pressure coming in on MRSN. It is just now dipping below the VWAP. This guy's got to get back up above the VWAP and above the 225 in order to really shine. IMPP is hitting that 240 range that we talked about. Hit right at my resistance level, like exactly. And that's why technical analysis is so vital and so important that you guys learn. And you guys should definitely go through every single one of beginner trader videos that's ever existed ever. KAVL, you guys calling that one out? KAVL. I may have to dip out of this one. Right now we're okay. KAVL. Yeah, KAVL got a nice rip. Went from 240 up to 260. Doesn't have a ton of volume, but it is steadily creeping up. So that's good for that one. So we're right at our risk level. Keeping our risk level kind of tight on this one on MRSN. IMPP still holding pretty steady. This was actually kind of a fresh rip. You can see it got up over the VWAP, came back down to the VWAP, did this the VWAP bounce, as we like to call it, off this like 235 into like 240, 245 range. We could see this one run, and we're hitting that 245. This is our next resistance point. If we break over that, then we're moving into the, we are moving near the pre-market highs. Pre-market high being 259. I gotta make sure I watch this trade while also bouncing around. I can tell you that hindsight trading is always more accurate. Yeah, we're gonna dip out of this one. We're out. Keeping our wrists tight today, but 2 losses in a row, not fun. Let's jump over to IMPP because this one's actually getting some real momentum. What volume levels do I look for? I look for 100,000 shares of volume traded per minute is typically what I like to see. I will trade something with slightly less than that, like maybe it's like 75 or 80K, if I see that the volume is increasing, but only if I see the volume is increasing. If I don't see the volume increasing, then I'm not touching that. And the reason why is it's too easy for one person to sell a relatively large volume of shares and just have the thing plummet down. So that's the reason why. So I have to see that volume happening. Otherwise, it's not good for me. INDO kind of gave up for the day. Somebody said that was a guru pump. MRSN fell down, and PP. We're seeing a pullback to the VWAP, and that's that resistance level that I talked about. This like 245 to 250 range, and you can see it pretty much. I mean, it came up and like tapped that like 3 times. This right here, where we drew our resistance level, you can see that we had this 1, this 2, and this third test. The fact that this didn't break on the third try, this would have prompted me to be like, okay, I gotta bail. Because if something doesn't break that resistance level after 3 tries, like to me, I'm out. Even if it ends up doing it, I'm out. And the reason why is because a huge percent of the time, you'll actually see if it doesn't break that after the 3rd attempt at the resistance level, you'll actually see a lot of times that it'll just dump. MULN level 2 has major Trump walls. That is a fascinating way of putting something. Major Trump walls. I've never heard that phrase. Yeah. And the resistance on MULN is the VWAP. You know, and that's why technical analysis is so important, man. You guys got to, if you haven't already, check out some of the other videos on Beginner Trading's channel. You can check out some of the ones in the description for some of the core trading videos. Everything from learning how the VWAP works to how to build a trading plan to how to trade gaps. Really, really important stuff. And like I said, technical analysis, understanding technical analysis, something you definitely want to understand. In fact, I would venture to say that if you don't understand technical analysis, you should not be day trading. You know, that's where you should be paper trading. KVAL coming. Let's take a look at KVL. I'm just gonna throw this one on my my chart for the day. KVAL. I'm not pulling anything up with KVL. Am I reading that wrong? KAVL. KAVL. Cable. Y'all got that cable TV? Yeah, so KVL, if we're looking at this, like it's got a reasonable amount of volume. Something to where like it's less volume that I personally want to see in a trade, but it is tradable, if that makes sense. Essentially, like you're not necessarily going to get completely stuck in the position, you know, if you were trading a small relative volume. But I do see that it hit this 274 level. And if I'm looking at the chart here, off this VWAP, we had 1, and then we had this consolidation, then we had 2, and then we had some consolidation, then we had 3. And if you remember earlier in the stream, I mentioned that, you know, this 3 time up, like this to me looks like this is forming a head and shoulders pattern. And head and shoulders pattern essentially shows that this is our peak, and now we're forming the shoulders, and it's likely, now I'm not guaranteeing anything because nothing's guaranteed, but there's a high probability that we're going to see this come down in the same pattern in reverse. So we're going to see up, 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 and then down, hold here for a while. This held for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes before it ripped up. So let's give this maybe like 5 minutes. And then there's a estimation that we'll see it run down to about this 235 level and then back down to this 260, 250 level, and then a run down to this like 240 level. So that's what I'm seeing from KAVL, cable. Got that cable TV. Why can't I read this? WNW? WNW? Okay. Yeah, WNW is halted. It is halted on pretty low volume. But this last candle got 533,000 shares of volume. It's a huge amount of volume increase on that. What is the float on WNW? WNW is a 6.75 million share float. So this one definitely has the capability of running really big. But with it, okay, so it actually just resumed, and we're seeing some pullback on the resumption. So we hit 267 as the high. We're seeing a pullback right now to the VWAP. This definitely has some room to run, but it is fresh off the halt. So be very careful. A lot of times when things are fresh off the halt, they sell off. But we did have this 533,000 share volume candle. It's huge. But we are seeing now on a red candle an even bigger volume amount. So now we're seeing over 700,000, 720,000. That's a lot of volume to the downside at the moment. And this is a really low float stock. But if this thing gets the attention of traders, this thing has the potential to really move. So, but it's got to get the attention of traders, and it's the fact that it halted after this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes, that concerns me. I've personally traded stuff like this before, where it had momentum basically out of nowhere, and then just plummeted back down. So let's take a look. Does this thing have a catalyst? The future of MEU technology offline experience store. Pleased to announce that in 2022, NUA is officially entered into offline experience store. Market plans to complete its. So they're opening up a store, and they're entering into the offline space from, I'm assuming that they're an online company who is now expanding into offline. So this is a real catalyst. They announced that at 5 a.m. It doesn't look like it got much play, but after that rip up to the upside from 175 or so to 265, I mean, that's $1 per share rip. It's huge. And this 533, share volume candle that ripped it up. We did have this huge candle here that ripped back down, but buyers did step in and held it above VWAP. So 837,000 on that candle alone. That's a ton of volume, and never seeing volume kind of average out to right around 500k shares per minute, which is a lot. That's a good healthy amount of volume. ISPO pop 2, but on WNW, I would definitely want to see it break over 250. If it breaks over 250 and breaks over this halt level, then or the original 267 high, then I think this one could really, really have a lot of potential to run. It definitely is getting a massive amount of volume right now, but we see this volume peaked and we see this volume coming back down. So I want to see the volume remain steady. I want to see it get back above VWAP, and I want to see it break this this high right here. And the reason why I want to see it break this high and when I'm not getting involved down here, even though it's like a 50-cent difference, is because I'm looking for confirmation. Like I said, there's been so many stocks that I've traded in the past that have this sudden momentum out of nowhere just to see them die off, and that I got involved in a lot of times near the high of the halt just to see it kind of die off and lose all its volume in a matter of a few minutes, and then you're just stuck in a loser for the day. And what happens a lot of times is they'll pump these up, then they'll short them from that level, and they know that it's going to capture the attention of day traders, who they disgustingly, in my opinion, refer to us as dumb money, and they utilize these type of movements to take advantage and capture those funds. So be careful. Look for confirmation on this one would be the way that I personally would attack it. And right now we don't have that confirmation. We're riding at $2. If it breaks below $2, this thing, I don't really know if it has the potential, because it gave up the whole move, because it went from $1.75 to almost, two, around the 270 area, and then it fell back down to $2. So technically it's only up like 25 cents, which is a lot for something that's $1.75. But I want to see this support level get bought up and establish a little bit more trading history, if that makes sense. A little more chart history. INDO boom? Oh, don't tell me. Yeah, look at that. That's a huge rip up. Yeah, actually would have put me back in green. But I did the right thing by selling out, just because this thing ended up going all the way down to like in the 13s. So INDO did rip back up. It did do the first crossovers. So it did do the crossover here. And then now, this is actually pretty vital a lot of the time. So now it's crossing over the 35, which is giving us this 35 here. When the 9 and the 12 cross over that gives us a little bit more confirmation that this is actually getting bought up by buyers, and that there's a little bit more confidence behind this thing. The VWAP though is currently what is keeping it down. And yeah, that's that flush right back down. So that was exactly what I was about to say. So it did just give up all of that move. And you would definitely, you definitely would want to see that. Excuse me. We'd want to see this go back up above the VWAP, and then we'd want to see it rip above this 1450 level and hold. That's what I want to see from INDO. Not a lot of stuff that I feel like getting involved in right now. IMPP held pretty steady. So I'm taking a look at this. IMPP did hold the VWAP through that pullback. And that is a really good sign. We had the 3 tests that I mentioned that it came back down, and then another test of that 250 level. But this one is looking more and more and more like it is going to push back through that 250 level on IMPP. So take a look at IMPP, guys. FLAC. So there's that 250 resistance. If this thing is really going to move, it's got to break that 250 level. We got this like 259 as the pre-market high. But this thing is looking, it could go either way, but it's looking more like there's more potential toward the upside on this one, to me. I could be wrong. I'm not a professional. Just the guy who trades on a computer. But the fact that it pulled back from this 250 level and held the view up, that gives me a little bit of confidence. If we look at this on a 5-minute chart, as they say, when in doubt, zoom out. We look at this on a 5-minute chart. It actually is pretty solid on IMPP. We have this 5-minute pullback here, and what we'd want to see is the 5-minute candle to make a new high, which is above this like 248 level, which essentially is that 250 resistance that we're looking for here. But we did get a crossover on the 5-minute chart, and we are having, kind of higher lows. So this one definitely looks like it's got potential to run soon. On the 5-minute chart, we're also seeing the TTM build up. We had 2, then 3.6, then 5.2, 6.5 is our current one. So we're seeing increase in buyer sentiment on the TTM, on IMPP as well. So like I said, it's got to break over that 250 level. That 250 resistance is so crucial to this one moving and being a nice big rip on this one. I'm just going to stop my screen for just 1 second. All right, let's bring the screen back in. It's like so close to my face. Good window. Boom. Okay, so we're back on this. Okay, so we just crossed into the bullish territory on the TTM. And breaking over that 245 on IMPP. So we're at the 249, and here's the rip I was talking about. So we hit 255. Just want to make sure that it doesn't. All right, so we're in right at 250. Very small share size. I really wish I had more equity to trade with today, but I traded pretty heavily on Friday. And so what we're looking for with this one is being a momentum move. We're looking for a break over 259. We're looking for a break over the pre-market high on IMPP. IMPP likes to move after hours and PM. If you look at the last week, yeah. But we're trying to make the trades within the trading hours if we can. So IMPP had this pullback, held the VWAP, and consolidated right here at the VWAP, and now we're getting the TTM squeeze on this one. We're seeing that go from 1 to 3, now to 5. So for a stock that is this inexpensive, that's definitely a really good sign. We are 2 cents away from the pre-market high. So this one I definitely think has the ability to run pretty decently. As far as I can tell, it's a 4 million share float. We did just hit a new high on IMPP. Unfortunately, I don't have a ton of equity left to trade with today, but I think there's definitely a move here. FLGC. So FLGC, what I'm seeing is an average of 10,000 shares per minute. That's the very first thing I look at every single time that I make any trade is volume. Absolutely very first thing. When I'm looking at FLGC, I'm not seeing any volume, any momentum moving with this. There's like 100 shares traded per minute right now with FLGC. So I just don't see a lot happening with that one. Right now, I like to dial in on a stock. If you guys haven't noticed, I typically like to dial in on what I'm trading at the moment. And right now that's IMPP. And shout out to everyone who's been calling out this one in the chat. It just needed to take its time. And now we're getting this volume increase here at 7:15 or what is that, 10:15 market time. So we are hitting this like 260-ish resistance. But I do think that this has the capability of going a little bit higher, potentially to like 275, maybe even like 280s, 290s. So it is a small float stock from what I can find. And the only thing I can find is on Wall Street Journal, which is like nothing. It's the last place that I look for floats, but we got to do with what we got. So I'll probably put a sell order here at 275. And yeah, I am trading with ridiculously small size, way smaller than I normally do. Sell walls nasty as hell. Like 400K on MULN. Yeah. So I'm trading way smaller size than I normally do because for the last few months I've just been. What size account do I trade with, Jim? Like just a couple $100, like just under 1,000. But I started out with $300, so I did not start out with much. And that's basically because, like I said earlier in the stream, I just wanted to. I'm just going to take this profit right here. And that's just because I wanted to learn the process. I'm not trying to lose my whole livelihood in the process of learning. But I am at a point now to where I trust myself trading. I might take some losses here and there, but I trust myself trading. I trust my strategy, and so I am at a point now to start increasing. So I'm probably going to start making some deposits into my account over the next few months. Just adding a couple, like $1,000 at a time over the next X amount of months, just to build up that balance while also trading that balance up as well. And Joel, I feel like just getting out negative 4%. Playmaker, I cannot advise you, like legally, I can't. But which one are you in? You're in MULN. Let's take a look at MULN. So Playmaker, what I'm seeing here, I'm seeing there's a little bit of movement going on with it, but this is one of the reasons why I'm really hesitant to trade stocks that are this inexpensive, is because I end up seeing these barcode a lot. And what barcoding is you'll see that we're dropping down to like 102, like 104, and then we're going up to like 106, and we're more or less just staying in this same range over and over. So whatever your entry is, just recognize, and I want everyone to recognize that. Nice, CI, you're up 14% in CI. One thing I want everyone to recognize is that taking losses, and you saw me take 2 losses and 1 gain today. Taking losses is part of trading. You have to know when to cut. You have to know when to cut your losses, and sometimes things come back, but more often than not, they don't. But whether or not they do or they don't, sticking to your trading plan is the most important thing that you can do in order to make your profits. And always make sure that you're doing at bare minimum a 1-to-1 profit ratio, which means, if it goes up to, if your goal is to get out 15 cents above your entry, then, your goal is to exit at a loss if it drops 15 cents below your entry. That's a 1-to-1. So typically I'm looking for a 2-to-1 ratio. So if my goal is to get out at 25 cents, I'm looking to, cut that trade at 13, 14 cents down. So, typically I'm looking, I like to see things rip like, 50, 60 cents. That's usually my area. And yeah, see, I'm glad I got out of that this trade on IMPP, just because it had its momentum rip. It's doing its pullback now. Now it's got to hold this, it's got to hold 250 for IMPP. If it doesn't hold 250, then it could be done for the day. But it's got a lot of volume still. I don't see a reason why it necessarily wouldn't hold 250. But that's what I would want to see. Because then the next move off that 250 level is a break over 270, 275 area. My entry was $1, so I'm taking 10%. Yeah. You're out $252. Eek. Wait, are you out with profit? So you're saying that you're up? Like if your entry is $1 on MULN, um, so as well. You definitely like one thing that I personally do is I try to take profits along the way, or make sure that I'm taking profits. And that's so like if you feel that you've got your profits in there, I mean, if you're up $252, let me put this delicately for the legalese. If I personally was in this trade, I personally would be taking profit at this time, and the reason why is because I'd want to lock in some profits along the way, and also because I'm looking at this chart and I'm seeing that it's hitting this exact same resistance point over and over and over again. I do think that it does have the capability of moving up a little bit more, but we have to make sure that as traders, we have to make sure that we're balancing our desire for profit, i.e., occasionally could be called greed, our desire for profit with our risk. And on more than one occasion, I've been guilty of saying to myself, hey, I think this thing's going to continue to run. It's going to continue. I'm already up so much. And, and stayed in, and then ended up giving away all my gains on the day. And I remember there was one trade I was up like $140, and then I was like, no, this, I think, and there you go on MULN, we're seeing like a dip down again. But I've been at times up like 140, $150, and then I've been like, this thing's going to continue to run. It's just going to scream all day, and then have that thing just dump on me, and then ended up negative on the day. So I've been there before, and I've learned a lot of times from those mistakes, and I still make those mistakes from time to time. So I just think that it's really important that we take profit along the way, and we make sure that we're securing profit as we go. Nice, you got out at 106. Up $252. Congrats, Playmaker. That's awesome, dude. I'm really happy for you. That's super cool. CEI look at. Let's take a look. CEI. Boom. Okay, so CEI is steady moving. Steady moving all day. It's definitely got a fair amount of volume on it. I mean, it's actually a lot of volume. 571,000 is the average 30-minute volume on this thing. I'm not seeing a ton of price action though. Like, where's the volatility? You know what I mean? Like, as day traders, we make profit off of volatility. We're looking for things to move and move quickly in either direction. And I'm just not seeing that happening with CEI. It could be the size of its float. It could be the price. The float is 250 million. So on the larger side, but not outrageous. But at the same time, I'm looking for things that have a lot of momentum behind them. So, for example, like if we look at INDO, INDO has, like, you saw it down here at like 13.50 or so. You saw it rip up to 15.20, and it's more than $1 a share. And then plummet right back down to the 13.85. Again, more than $1 a share. So if you shorted right here, you'd be in the profit. Had you bought down here, you'd be well into profits. But it's a matter of what is the volatility like, and that's really what I'm looking for. So what's this one we got popping up here? WL, or that's MULN. That's the one with all the volume. IMPP. So IMPP did do what I talked about. It did hold that like 250, 260 area, and did come back up to break that 275 level that I mentioned. And I'm still grateful that we took the profits along the way, because that's what we're supposed to do. We made a whopping 28 cents, hooray! And we're down on the day from our other trades, but not much, so we're good. So it did ended up breaking over that 275 level. Now it'd be really interesting to see if this sell wall here on the level 2 is huge. There's like a 30,000 sell wall here. It's not that huge, I guess, in regards like, I mean, this is doing over 1 million shares of volume on this candle, but we need to see see the volume coming in, staying in, keep coming in on IMPP. But there's definitely a lot of value here. Yeah, y'all keep mentioning CEI, and like when I check it, like it's there and it exists. But I'm just not seeing, like I've said several times, I'm just not seeing the price action on it. Like, yeah, and there's a bit of a, it's coming back down to the view app. It did hit this resistance up here, right around 80 cents, less than 79 cents or so. And it's starting to come back down. This definitely would have been something to run up, but I mean, these are like 5-cent gains. I mean, you got to go in this with really, really huge share size, and like in order to make profits on this thing. So, I mean, for example, on CEI, I mean, that's something you'd want to be buying like 10,000 shares of for it to move, 2, 3, 4 cents over the course of a half hour or 45 minutes or something like that. And that's just not something that I'm into myself. Y'all might have a different, perspective, and that's cool. We encourage that. But what I'm seeing out of CEI right now, so it ran at the open. It ran pretty well. It's up a pretty decent percentage. We started around 73 cents and topped out at 79 cents. So move of 6 cents on the day. So what is that? 0.73 times, what is that? Yeah, it's just over 5%. About around 8% on the day. So it was up 8% on the day. So had you bought in near the open, you would have had an opportunity to make around 8%. CEI was Zach Pump last year. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure like I guess like when it comes to these ones that are like, less than $1, I just stay away from them. I don't care what they're doing. I mean, these things could be going from 1 penny to 35 cents a share. I'm not getting involved in it. And the reason why is just because I just don't trust it. And, if I don't trust a person, I'm not going to let them in my house. I'm definitely not going to let them play with my money. And I feel the same way about stocks. This tea is so cold. It's more like iced tea now. But it's still delicious. So what are y'all watching? I'm seeing MULN is still kind of barcoding. So Playmaker, you might have made the right decision. IMPP is really kind of the main thing that I'm seeing with momentum right now. Let me jump back over to some of the other scanners. AUPH is selling off for the day. ALF sold off. INDO still under view app, still selling off. So WMW, the one that halted, that one did exactly what I said it would, or what I personally felt that it would, where I've seen it, where it does these big rips and then it does these slumps. And you can see before it did that rip, it was right at this level, like exactly. And so this is like what you would see of like either like a guru pump or like a Wall Street pump or whatever this happens to be. But essentially, you get all this momentum out of nowhere and all this volume just out of nowhere. Like, look at this. Before it had 200 shares traded, and then it goes to 6 minutes later having over 500,000 shares traded. Like that in and of itself is sus, and I personally like That's why when I see these types of moves, I don't jump in anymore. I used to, but I don't anymore because I've more often than not lost money on situations like that. Also holding FIL from Friday. FIL. Sorry, it's kind of hard for me to read these sometimes. Is that just FL? FL. Ah, I see. Okay, well, FL is kind of a different story. I mean, this is at $30. Yeah, let's take a look at the 5-day on this one. Oh wow, this was at 44 on Thursday. So that's a huge drop off there to go from 44 down to 26. So if you got in on Friday, I hope you got in near the lows. But if you're up at like 32 or near the highs, this thing is at least having volume trading on it, which is good. And it is moving in the right direction, which is back toward the open of Friday. But the open of Friday, in the pre, we saw in the pre, it was well above 40. MULN is moving again. I'm on a 5-minute chart. Yeah, MULN is like it is moving, like it is coming up a bit. For MULN, I would say that you'd want to see it break like 110. At least that's what I would want to see. But this MULN is a little bit too inexpensive for me to get involved with. It just doesn't fit my strategy. But it's definitely something that I think you have the opportunity to make more scalps, and I think that's in terms of trading in and of itself. This one is a little bit more of a safer bet because you're not going to get stuck in a position just because the volume is so high on this one. So you have the ability to get in or get out, whether that's at a loss or a gain. You still have the capability of getting in and getting out pretty easily with this one. But currently, the way that it's trending, you got kind of this like ABCD pattern showing up here. You get like the A here, then B, or sorry, the A, B, C. Oh my gosh, why can't I do normal charting? A, B, C, D. Gotta have the D going on here. So this one actually is coming back a bit, and I do think that there is opportunity here. The opportunity is going to be slow moving just because of the price action on MULN. But if you have the capability of hanging out for a while, this one could be pretty decent runner in something that you could trade all day, especially if you've got like a margin account and or a lot of equity and you've got the capability of getting a lot of shares getting in and having it move a penny or two, getting out and taking those profits and then doing that same. So you definitely could trade this one all day if you had the equity or the margin for it. NIO. NIO. What's up with NIO? We haven't talked about NIO in a long time. Yeah, NIO's got some volume and it's making some moves. It opened around $21. It's up at like 22. Let's take a look at longer period chart on NIO. NIO doesn't look bad. It kind of came down, hit its bottom, and it's going back up now. So the resistance I see on it is kind of like right here at this like 2250 level. And if we go back a couple of days, more resistance at 26. And zoom in a little bit more here. And some resistance here around 23. So that's what I see on NIO. But NIO is definitely moving up. That could be a good kind of like buy and hold type trade for the day. IMPPs come back down, starting to form head and shoulders. So I'd expect to see IMPP kind of pull back to the VWAP. You'd want to, I would say on IMPP, probably having it hold, like come back down to around the 250 level and then sort of hold that 250 level and just consolidate for a while. And then maybe around like an hour from now. So 10:30 market time, probably a volume increase after the period of consolidation. If I was to just take a look at it based off of previous history with just normal trading, previous history, SPCE. So we'll do a couple more, and then I'm probably going to shut the stream down. So SPCE, this one did get a volume spike, but it doesn't have a ton of volume right now. Overall, it's only like 70,000 shares or so. But it did have that volume spike of like 800 and what was that? 823,000 shares. It was trading with more volume earlier, like a more consistent, like 100,000 shares before it had that spike. But this one could get some momentum. It's up on the day, and it looks like it's been trending upward. Let's take a look at the 5-day. See what that looks like. Yeah, I mean, this one's been trending upward for the last couple of days. So SPCE could definitely be something that could be, some opportunity there. And you can see it's coming back up to test this high again. So SPCE could definitely get some interest from traders. I think that traders are probably going to want to see more volume on it, but there's definitely some ops here. I think that IMPP is kind of like the biggest star of the show. There's not a lot moving today, and it's just kind of like typical right now. MRSN ended up coming back up to the VWAP. This one I sold at a small loss. So this one did sort of like fall down, do like a little bit of ABC, some consolidation, and it's right around $2. And in order for this one to run, it's going to have to break the view up. It's going to have to break above like 215 and then probably hold that 215 level. MRSN, if this one breaks 225, then I think MRSN could really, really run today. But hey, guys, I'm about to shut it down. Thank you so much, everybody who tuned in. I really appreciate all of you. And I really appreciate everyone just showing up and hanging out. We still got 100 plus people watching. And I really appreciate all of you, each and every one of you. Tune in tomorrow. And by the way, guys, if you haven't already, check out BitGet. BitGet's one of the sponsors of the channel. It's a super dope trading platform if you're into trading cryptocurrency. And I definitely think that you guys could get a lot out of that if you guys are interested in trading crypto. BitGet is one of the sponsors of the channel. I've personally traded it. They use KYC verification, which is the standard of verification in the United States. And on top of that, they allow you to trade with margin. And I've traded a lot of cryptocurrency exchanges that do not allow margin. So that is actually really cool about it. It gives the opportunity to make a lot of profit. It's also a lot of risk, so be sure that you're careful. But definitely, guys, want to check that out. The link is in the description. What's my Twitter? I do not use Twitter at all in any way. And I don't think I'll ever use Twitter. I've had a Twitter account since like 2008 or something like that. And I think I made like 3 tweets on it ever in my life. I ended up using Facebook for years, and I just don't use any social network at all other than YouTube. So that's kind of it. Like, if I were to get on any social network, it likely would be TikTok. But I'm never going to use Twitter. So I don't have a Twitter handle. I do. You could probably find me, but there won't be any content, or maybe something from like 2008 or 2009 or something. Um, hey, Tiny. Yeah, absolutely, man. I appreciate you. Uh, so, so yeah, guys, check out Bigot and also check out Beginner Crypto. Beginner Crypto is a project that me, John, and Cam are putting together and have been working on. What is my YouTube? My YouTube is just joelstraight.com/YouTube. There's currently no content on there, but there is content that is waiting to be dropped. So if you get on that, you will get some stuff coming within the next month or so. So definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is just joelstraight.com/YouTube. I'll type it in the chat. Twitter is good for info and what's happening in news. Yeah, and that's cool. But just Twitter's just not my thing. I'm just it's just not for me. Pretty much everything I've ever seen from Twitter a lot of times, just a lot of stuff that I'm just not into. So, so that's what's up with me on Twitter and just social networks in general. I'm just not really. I like being grounded. I like being offline often, and I like being in a place of zen. And social networks take that away from me in a lot of the time. So I don't use Twitter for me. Just read the breaking info. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The meme market has had to go parabolic. uh, my my Twitter is a throwdown name. Yeah, man. So I just don't typically use social networks. I'm usually just not there. So yeah, subscribe to my channel, joelstraight.com/YouTube. MULN is starting to run, by the way, guys. Yeah, MULN is ripping. Check out MULN, guys. As I would go to shut it down. So yeah, check out Bigot, check out Beginner Crypto, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace. This thing